Mustangs. Last night in an affair, 3-1 the score. The Lakers took down the Stangs in Mobile. So coming back tonight, a back-to-back game we saw last weekend when they played. All right, so headsets have been switched, but as we mentioned,
testing. Not getting anything in my IFB. Not getting anything out of my IFB.
is a production of Hockey Night in Oswego. Only on WTOP.
Welcome into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena, where the Morrisville Mustangs have galloped in to Oswego, New York to take on the Oswego State Lakers for some women's ice hockey today. I'm your host, Ken Gerard, coincided by Alex Brooks, Brian Burrows, and fellas, how are we feeling to be here?
Oh, we're feeling great. Some women's hockey today. We had the all-women's broadcast last night. Shout out to all the women on that broadcast. The men's team defeated Rockport, and now we have the women's today. Brian, I'm feeling really good for some hockey.
Oh man, I love this time of the season. That playoff picture is starting to get a little clearer, a little more crisp. These games mean that much more to these teams, so they want to clinch playoff spots. Both these teams, as we get into a little bit later, looking for playoff spots. I love it.
The later in the season you get, the more tense it gets and the more exciting the hockey will get. But we continue on our Pride Night celebration. Last night with the men's team had Pride Night. Tonight is again Pride Night for the women's team. Fellas, how are we feeling about that?
Well, we're feeling great. It's important to have representation everywhere, especially in this college atmosphere, in the D3 atmosphere, and it's great to make a difference at the college level, something that we want to kind of bring more awareness to, especially with NHL. They, removing the pride sticker, you want to make that difference at the college level.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Like, the pride in the NHL is such a big thing because the season, with that ban that they implemented in the summer, they lifted it just 10 days into the season because the players were so against it. College players just as against it. They're not going to listen to those any ban that may get implemented. It's a huge topic right now, and it's awesome that we celebrate it.
Absolutely. Got to make a change somehow, make sure everybody feels included and everybody is loved. But also, we do have the doubleheader weekend. While last night the Oswego State Lakers steered the ship into Morrisville, while now they're galloping into the Deborah F. Stanley. How do you feel about the doubleheader?
Yeah, well, the doubleheader, it's a quick turnaround as we look at the league standings. It was a really quick turnaround for this team. They get 2 cracks at the same team in Morrisville. Now they're traveling. They had to travel. It was only an hour, but still traveling back to Oswego. It could be tough because Morrisville knows a little bit more about Oswego now facing them for the second time, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, doubleheader weekends are so interesting because you have a game plan going into game 1. You got to switch it up for game 2. You show the same thing 2 nights in a row. It's not going to work both times. They're going to watch film between the games, and if you put the same thing on the ice twice, it's never going to work. So you got to switch it up. You got to find time to switch the game plan up or build 2 game plans into practice, which isn't easy to do.
These 2 teams know each other just a little bit better, but we're going to take a look at how it went last night for the Lakers taking on the Morrisville Mustangs. Oswego taking the win 3-1.
Yeah, they won 3-1, and Ashlyn McGrath, Lizzie Burke, and Helen Van Dam with their first goal. They all had 1 goal in last night's performance, and all 4 of the goals between Oswego and Morrisville were all in the first period, Brian.
Yeah, it was a crazy first period for the game, and it slowed right down. The Lakers put 22 shots on the net in the second and third period, not resulting in a goal. The Lakers 0 for 6 on the power play last night. That's a big one, and 1 for 6 on the penalty goal. So they only allowed 1 in 6 attempts, but they can't keep doing that. Also, I mentioned that Lizzie Burke goal, 3rd shorthanded goal of the season for the Lakers.
Yeah, we saw all the goals last night were scored in the first period of the matchup. A quick start slowed down very quickly in that game. Maybe looking to see some of the more same things. But while we look at tonight's game preview of the night, both teams looking to make some moves in the SUNY Morrisville a little bit lower down, while Oswego is trying to get to that clinch in the playoffs. Needing a little bit of help right now, but if they win this one, they put themselves in good shape.
Yeah, they put themselves in really good shape, Kenny. They're 13-1 against Morrisville. Their last loss was in 2020, about 4 years ago. So they have dominated against this team. This is a team, Brian, that Oswego should win against. But you know about the double headers. They can kind of get in your head a little bit, as you were mentioning with Morrisville. So we'll have to see what happens. But Oswego needs 2 more wins and a win and a Potsdam loss and a Canton loss to clinch.
Yeah, big games coming up for the Lakers, and look, they already beat them twice this season. You got to think they're fighting for that season sweep. They're hungry for it. They're going to want that win. They won 5-1 earlier. They've won 3-1 last night. You got to think they were trying to up that goal output from that 5-1 that was back in Morrisville early in the season. Their first home game against them this season, you got to think they're going to want to put up maybe one of the biggest goal tallies of their season.
Right, and you got to look, Oswego obviously red hot coming off the win against Cortland last weekend too. Cortland being a ranked team in the nation. But now we talked a lot about Oswego. Let's talk a little bit about Morrisville here. Morrisville now trying to play upset, trying to take the Lakers and steer the wheel the wrong way, if you want to say. So what would you do if you're Morrisville? Now you got to get the upset and try to come into the Deb and beat them there.
Well, Morrisville, I mean, you haven't won against this team in a while. You got to pretty much take the home field advantage back. I mean, you lost in Morrisville. Now you have to come back and try to upset this Oswego team. And you got to have a little bit of fire. You have something to play for. You haven't won against this team in a while. So if you're Morrisville, come out swinging. Come out play with house money.
Yeah, the Mustangs, they got just 4 wins in the conference this season. They're looking to fight. They're in that 6th spot in the conference right now, and they're not that far behind for that 4th and final playoff spot. They know these games matter just as much to them as they do to the Lakers. They're going to want to get these wins.
And that's a good way to wrap up here. We're going to throw it to a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about the SUNYAC standings, heading around the SUNYAC, the importance and the keys to the game. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. We'll be back on WTOP 10.
La 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 trees.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen. They become briefly
I know.
Welcome back into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. I'm your host, Kenny Gerard, coincided by Alex Brooks, Brian Burrows, and boys, we are getting closer to puck drop.
Oh, we are. We're getting real close to puck drop. I'm really excited to see these two teams go at it. And man, I mean, Morrisville coming in with some low expectations, but Oswego's gotta take it tonight.
Yeah, huge game tonight for both teams. They're both going to want to win. I'm excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about a little bit last block where we talked about the standings. Well, let's take a look now at the SUNYAC standings and where all the teams currently sit. Well, we have 2 teams, the top 2 seeds, Plattsburgh and Cortland, clinch the playoffs.
Yeah, you see there, Plattsburgh and Cortland clinching the playoffs, but Oswego not far behind. As I mentioned, if they win and Potsdam loses and a Canton loss, they will etch their ticket to the playoffs. As you see, Canton and Potsdam, they still have some playing field right now. And Morrisville, as you mentioned, Brian, Morrisville still has an outside chance for the playoffs.
Yeah, you mentioned the Plattsburgh and Cortland clinching their spots, but they're not done. They're fighting for that toss feed, tied on points. Plattsburgh has the tiebreaker, and they finished the season doubleheader in Cortland, the two of them. Huge matchup end the season for them.
Well, we do have a few more games going on today. Let's take a look around the SUNYAC and see what other women's hockey action is going on in the SUNYAC, besides right here in the Deborah F. Stanley. Brooks, we'll start with you.
All right, so I'll go to the Cortland and Potsdam game. Portland right now, number 2. They already clinched, so they already have the playoffs, but they're trying to get some seeding. And for Potsdam, they're right behind Canton, so both teams have some room to play for. They're fighting for that last playoff spot, Canton and Potsdam, and a loss by Canton and Potsdam would benefit the Lakers.
Yeah, and you mentioned Canton right there. They're playing Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh in Canton, so Canton gets that home ice advantage. Canton in that 4 seed. They hold their fate for the rest of the season. They're in the Deb doubleheader whiteout weekend next weekend versus this women's hockey team.
Yeah, and it's very important games. We've got 2 teams that have already clinched and a couple of teams fighting for playoff position. But guys, there's stuff, you can't start a car without a key, and you can't really get into a game without turning the key. So I heard you guys got a couple of keys to the game here.
Yeah, well, my key to the game for Oswego, I know it's a little basic, but you gotta utilize those power play opportunities. You gotta have that man advantage. Oswego, 0 for 9 versus Morrisville on the season on power plays. That is just unacceptable. As we look, they're 0 for 6 on the power play last night. They need to be better in special teams. 2 for 5 in the Cortland series, 1 for 10 in the Potsdam series. So if you're going to compete with the top seeds of Cortland and Plattsburgh, you need to improve on the special teams. And Brian, I think you're going to talk about some more special teams here.
Yes, I am. For the Morrisville Mustangs, they have to stay strong on the penalty kill. They have not allowed a power play goal in a win this season. They have 9 wins, no power play goals in those 9 wins. They are 85% on the kill this year. The Lakers, just 14% on their power play, but 5 of their last 6 games they have a power play goal in, not including including last night's game, which is the one game they didn't get a power play goal in. So they did good last night. Unfortunately, they didn't get the win, but if they can do it again tonight, really raises those chances of success in this game.
I like to see some conflicting keys. You got the power plays for Oswego, and you got the penalty kill for Morrisville. So conflicting keys, maybe some tension up here on the perch. But let me ask you guys this now. What do they really have to do besides your guys' keys? What do they really have to do to take the win here tonight for both teams? Why don't you go with Oswego?
So I'll start with Oswego. You got to win the games that you should beat. I know that's pretty obvious. You got to win the games. You got to stack those wins. And you can't let up on the gas. You can't let your progress in practice during the game go to waste. I mean, you already won in Morrisville. Now you're in your home barn. You should win this game against Morrisville. Sweep the season series, and it's a familiar opponent. You know how to beat them.
Yeah, I mean, going off of the Lakers have won 4 of their last 5 SUNY matchups, so just keep that roll going. Keep the momentum going for the rest of this season. For the Mustangs, though, holding the Lakers to 1 goal seems to be the key to success for their opponents. The Lakers' last 5 losses, they've only been held to that 1 goal mark. So if the Mustangs can hold them to 1 goal, put a couple behind Lexi Levy, who is in net tonight, they're going to have a good chance of getting success in this one.
Yeah, and we've seen it. We have conflicting teams, really. They're 0 for 9 against Morrisville in the power play, but Morrisville doing pretty good on the penalty kill this year. So we got both teams pretty evenly matched. When you don't look at the SUNY standings, you see that point differential. Maybe it really doesn't matter. I think we're going to have a great game here. But we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to throw it over to the press box, say what's up to them, and see the man behind the glass, and talk about the netminders tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back on WTOP 10.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la.
Free.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
Welcome back into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. I'm your host, Kenny Gerard, coincided by my analysts, Alex Brooks and Brian Burrows. But I think you guys have had enough of hearing from us Dapper Yappers for now. We're going to take a quick look over to the press box with Kyle Spizak and Jolie Santiago.
And thanks, guys. Today we got quite the matchup coming into this one, don't we, Jolie? I mean,
we sure
Morrisville, Oswego, they saw themselves facing off last night down in Mobile. But now we're back here in the Deb.
Yeah, and Mustangs are definitely wanting that revenge after last night, trying to come in hot, hopefully, if they want to see out the game all the way.
And last night, a 3-1 loss for the Mustangs that then turned into the 10th game in a row that the Mustangs have dropped to the Lakers. So a bit of a lopsided matchup if we take a look at the history. Going back, the Mustangs haven't beat the Lakers since 2020.
Wow, that is a big difference. And honestly, if I was coach, I would make sure, hey, let's try and make a statement here tonight.
And one of the big things that we're really going to have to keep our eyes on in this game is the goaltending matchup for both teams. Lexi Levy in net for the Lakers and Jones in net for the Mustangs. Both of them pretty impressive numbers.
Yeah, impressive numbers here, Kyle. So Lexi Levy, just a sophomore, goals against average, 2.01, but save percentage, .938. So that's definitely up there, but her counterpart on Oswego has a little bit higher, which is interesting. But Lexi Levy's record, 7-7. Then moving on to Morrisville, but they should really be getting into their goalie situation by this point in the season. Really want to work on that as they have 3 goalies, but who's going to be starting for them today? Maggie Jones, also a sophomore. Goals against average, 2.71. Save percentage, .929. And record with wins and losses, 3-4. So definitely started more games than the other goalies, but going to see it out through this game.
And another big thing that's going to come into this game is the coaching between these two teams. Coming in for the Lakers, Mark Digby in his 5th year now as the Lakers head coach. And he's got a 40-28-3 record for the Lakers coming into this season so far. And that's not just where it starts. Digby, he was assistant coach for the men's team here from 2010 to 2019 when he took over the women's team. And in his first 4 years, the Lakers made four national tournament games in the Final Four, and they made 2 national championships in those years.
Wow, so he has that good experience coming into this team, but he's been on the team and still trying to bring that to the ladies.
And on the other side of the ice, in his first season as a head coach, John Briggs started off the season not bad for the Mustangs coming in as a first-year coach. 9-11 so far on the season, so not above 500, but to take over a program and do that in 1 year, that's a pretty good way to start off the season.
Definitely, I agree with you on that, Kyle. Yeah.
And before going into that, Briggs, he was the assistant coach at Cortland for a few years, and in his time at Cortland, 38-13-1. Wow. Which Cortland, the Lakers and Cortland, they did face off here last weekend where Cortland took a loss in the Deb, but the game before that, much like how we have a double-header weekend for the women's team this weekend against Morrisville, last weekend it was Cortland. And we've seen how matching up against the same team 2 nights in a row can go.
Yeah, when it comes to Oswego battling out those other teams in Morrisville, trying to battle out those other teams, Oswego tends to do a little better in that ranking, and that shows in the SUNY standings.
And back-to-back night games means a lot of emotion going around and some hard physical hockey. But we're going to quit yapping for a minute. We're going to throw it over to our rinkside reporter, Scott Brubaker. And when we come back, we'll be having picks, players, and puck drops.
Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Jolie. We are getting ready for a big game between the Oswego State Lakers and the Morrisville Mustangs. So the question today is, the Lakers currently have a 10-win game streak against the Morrisville Mustangs. Are they going to make it 11? Looking back at some past games. Last night they won 3-1 over in Morrisville. In November, when the Mustangs came here, the Lakers won 5-1. But the game I really want to look at is the one from about a year ago, last January. They won barely 3-2 So it was a really close game towards the end. They were up 3-1 up until about the last 2 minutes, where the Mustangs came back and they scored the second goal, making it 3-2. In the end, the Lakers got the win, but it was close. So the question is, are we going to see a runaway game like we've seen the past couple times they've matched up, or are we going to see a closer one like we saw about a year ago? Coming up after the break, we're going to throw it back to the Perch, where they're going to look at their players to watch and puck drop. We'll be right back. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego right here on WTOP 10. They could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and was waiting.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen. They become briefly.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close-up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close-up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena, where we are minutes away from puck drop as we're about to hear the players announced. I'm your host, Kenny Gerard, coincided by Alex Brooks and Brian Burrows. And, well, we got to get some players to watch. Brian Burrows, You're first.
Well, let's start with Morrisville. My player to watch is Kendall Kalinowski, 4th on this team in points, 11 points for her this season. She got 1 last night, but I think she's trying to break out of a slump here. She had just 1 point coming last night in her last 5 games. She's got 3 goals this season. As a forward, she might get another tonight, maybe another assist, but I think she's going to break out of that little slump she was on starting with last night's game coming into tonight's.
All right, so for my Morrisville player to watch is number 10, Allie Davidson. She has 8 goals, 8 assists, and 16 points on the season. She's trying to show up for her team tonight for Morrisville.
For my Oswego player, I'm going with Mac Hull. She's got 9 points in her last 10 games, 5 goals, 4 assists, 1 2-point game. She got 2 games where it was held to nothing, but that streak of 9 points, 10 games, huge for her.
And for Oswego, I'm going to do Ashlyn McGrath. She has 6 goals in her career versus Morrisville. She's going to try to get 1 more goal to make it 7 for tonight in the Deborah F. Stanley Arena.
And before we go, we do need to make some quick picks and predictions for the game. Brooks, let me hear it.
All right, I'm going to pick 5-1 Oswego. I'm not going to stress this anymore, but the Lakers, they're going to win 5-1, and they're going to do this sweep against Morrisville.
Yeah, I'm going 6-1 Oswego. They won 3-1, they won 5-1, both in Morrisville. I think 6-1 in the Deb tonight.
Well, I really hate to break it to you both, but you're wrong. You're wrong. 5-2 Oswego State Lakers taking home the victory here tonight. But coming up after this, it's going to be time for puck drop here in the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. I'm excited, guys. But that's all for us.
Go.
We will see you guys after the break. Stick around on WTOP 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one. Matthew,
Broadcast
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
La 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 la.
Breathe.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Bezek, joined alongside Jolie Santiago as we are minutes away from action getting underway here. But first, the ceremonial puck drop down at this corner between Oswego's number 6, Kenzie Malone, and number 12 for the Mustangs, Kate Maybe.
Yeah, it's Pride Night tonight in Oswego's Deborah F. Stanley Arena. A lot going on because Oswego's looking to take down Morrisville like they have in the past, but also Morrisville's trying to get revenge from last night.
And 10 games in a row. The Lakers have a winning streak over this Mustangs team dating back to 2020. It has been quite a while since the Mustangs have taken down the Lakers, especially here in the Deb.
Yes, and in the Deb, of course, Oswego wants to protect their home, their place of safety, and they want to just be that defender. So if Oswego comes in right now, they come in hot, they got to stay hot throughout the rest. But Mustangs obviously will also want to come out hot because of what happened last night, the 3-1 loss.
And the Lakers starting lineup for this game, centering Kenzie Malone on left wing, Ashlyn McGrath, right wing, Rachel Corbett, left defense, Leah Coley, and on right defense, Lauren Schell. In net for the Lakers, Lexi Levy. On the other side of the ice for the Mustangs, Elena McDonald centering, Kennedy Kirkby on left wing, right wing, Madison Tompkins, left defense, Tilly Couture, and right defense, Zoe Lease, with between the pipes, Maggie Jones. As we are getting set to get underway, officials going to the center ice, and puck drop is underway, won by the Lakers. Kirkostas falls down immediately, and Mustangs are going to drop down and pick this one back up. Going around is Holland. Holland passes that one up to Maybe. Maybe's moving that one up the boards. Going down into the corner now, chasing it is Davidson. Picked up back behind the net by Shell. Shell bounces that one off the half boards. Back down in the corner, Shell. Shell looking for Bednarik up the middle. That one is tipped, waved, no icing. Back down to pick it up in their own zone is Maybe. Maybe gets that one up the boards to Davidson, who drops it back down in the corner for Maybe once again. Trying to work it up the boards. Corbett's going to pinch that one off as coming in to pick up the puck is Malone. Malone takes that one below the goal line. She's going to dump it off into the corner to McGrath. McGrath up to the point, Preston, back to McGrath. Off the end boards over to Malone. Malone has in the far side corner. Cycles that one back down to Corbett. Corbett on a missed pass, trying to get that one over to McGrath, but Preston pinches down and keeps this one going. Lee stumps that one up to Davidson, who looks across the ice for Maybe, but couldn't connect on the pass. Back down into Oswego zone. That one's going to be chased down and picked up by Van Dam. Van Dam behind the net, moving it up the boards to McGrath. McGrath taking it up the near side board, dumps it off to Corbett. Corbett with a toe drag around her own player, takes it down in the corner. Tries to get a backhand shot off. That one's blocked away by Thompson. Chipped up the ice by Thompson. Picking that one up is Tompkins. Tompkins getting that one up to McDonald. McDonald gets the red line and dumps that one in. No real possession so far, Jolie. A lot of dump and chase hockey.
Definitely, and not as much play in the neutral zone either. I'm noticing it's either in Oswego's offense or kind of going over to the Mustangs offense. So it's back and forth, a lot of play, but who's controlling the neutral zone is the question.
And picking up that one coming the other way is Couture, and that one's up into the bench of the Lakers. 18:09 left to go in period number 1 of play, as the faceoff will be at the near side faceoff dot.
Yeah, Oswego has actually played a lot of tough teams this season. So just by the USCHO's article yesterday, they said Oswego's on the rise. So I want to talk a little bit more about that later on.
As Coley picks that one back up in their own zone, centering pass up to Parenti. Parenti coming down the far side wing with a little bit of speed, gets it to the top of the circle, dumps that one back behind the net. Parenti moving that one up to Burke. Burke's going to cycle that one back down for Parenti, who's battling in the corner against Eason. Eason ties up Parenti, able to get that one out. Now coming the other way is the Mustangs' Clark. Clark gets pinned up against the boards, and they're going to move it back to Shell in center ice. Shell going to bang that one off the boards and behind the red line. So that one will be an icing back down to the Lakers zone.
So yeah, Kyle, with Oswego's record being 10-9-1, it really seems like a not high caliber of a team based on that record alone. But take it, they've had an incredible type of schedule. USCHO's RPI for them, they placed them 7th. So nationally, they're 7th there. And that's really something to take away from Oswego's team.
and playing teams regularly like Plattsburgh, who has one of the best women's programs in the nation. Playing against a team like that often, you are going to have a harder schedule. Cortland up there nationally ranked as well.
Yeah, and with the split that they had in wins against Plattsburgh and Cortland just last month, it's really telling about how they can play and also can determine this game, but you never know until the game's over.
As face-off returns back down to Stang zone. Bednarik on the draw for the Lakers. Kalinowski on it for the Stangs. Preston gets that one at the point. One down to Hull. Bednarik over to Booth with a shot. Van Dam with the shot. That one gets blocked wide. Kyrkos is battling back behind it. That one's going to be thrown back out to the point and thrown back down in by Van Dam. Over to Hull. Hull bringing this one down the boards, getting it back up to Kyrkos at the half boards. Trying to work it up to the point, but facing a few Mustangs in the way as Preston gets over and keeps that one and chips it down into the corner. A lot of play along the boards, not much in front of the net so far. It's been a very, very corner battle dominant game so far.
Yeah, that was Oswego's first shot of the game. Shot blocked away, but not successful yet.
As coming the other way now is Davidson. Davidson gets the blue line, chips that one down in the zone. She'll elect to get a change as the Mustangs get fresh legs out on the ice. Loose puck going back down into Mustang zone. No icing on the chase for that is Kate Maybe attacked by Hull. This one's going to be picked up by Thompson, who chips that one up. Looking up for Kirkby. Kirkby's going to get the red line coming down in. And a shot. That one gets stuffed down by Levy. Both teams, only one shot to go so far in the first 4 minutes of this game. Like we mentioned, not a lot of shots, not a lot of offense so far. It's been a very defensive battle, just really working the corners.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's trying to see who can take control and who can do it the fastest. It's a lot of fast pace right now between both teams, but I know that this will be determined throughout this first period.
As Thompson has it at the blue line, she's going to take a shot. That one's blocked away down into the corner by Buxton. Buxton trying to work this one up the boards before getting tied down is Zemlak. Shot from below the red line, not much on that one, but bringing it around the other side now is Kirkby. Kirkby's going to throw that one back behind the net. Attacking down on that one's Couture. Couture throws it back down. Zemlak gets out-battled for a puck behind the net. 2 Lakers, 2 Mustangs as it's pinned against the boards behind the cage. Still battling, not much movement of the puck, but it finally escapes, and Buxton's going to get this one up the boards. Trying to get it up to Muller. This one's going to get up to Muller. Muller with some speed now. She's coming down the near side wing, and a shot. That one gets blocked away. Picked up now by Couture. Couture trying to work this one up into the neutral zone. Coming down to assist is Bookman. Back down into Mustang zone. Clark trying to get something going with this one. As it goes right back down to Eason. Eason gets it in the neutral zone. Gets the blue line. Slew of Lakers on her. Can't get anything on that. And a shot from the top of the circle. Blocked away. Lone's going to get this one up to McGrath. McGrath coming across center ice. Now she's got Corbett with her. Looking for Corbett on the backdoor pass. That one's going to be easily thrown in the corner by Jones. McGrath looking for the centering pass up front. Over to Burke. Burke with a shot, and that one gets blocked by Clark. Mustangs coming out the other way now. Paused in the neutral zone by the Lakers as Coley's going to go down on that one. Shelb's able to pick it up and get it to Burke. Burke getting it up to Parenti. Parenti coming down the near side wing, trying to cut it into the center slot. Gets the shot off there, but that's a routine save for Jones. The Lakers starting to pull it, start putting up more shot opportunities and good looks so far in the latter minutes of this period. Looking in front for a shot, that one goes wide. Into the corner, picked up and intercepted by the Lakers once more. Mucha not able to get past the defense on that one as it punches back to Lease, who's skating it herself now. Lease coming across the neutral zone. Going to get the red line, dump that one in. And the Mustangs will get a change as the Lakers elect to stay with the same unit. Tompkins going to dump this one back down in the corner. Preston drops to pick that one up. Preston bangs that one off the boards, looking for Bednarik to come down and grab it as she centers the pass over to Kyrkostas. Kyrkostas coming across the neutral zone. Gets the red line and dumps that one in. On the attack is Hull. Hull able to get that one, trying to cycle it back down to Kyrkostas off a stick, but she's able to grab it in the far side corner. Hull does the same now, bringing that one up to the point in Zemlak. Zemlak's going to step in and put that one off the boards, back behind to Kirkosas. In front of the net, the puck picks out, but nobody's able to get that on their stick. Booth now pinching down in the corner. A couple of Mustangs on the ice, but they're able to get this one out and start moving it the other way for Tompkins. A lot of neutral zone play so far, Jolie. It really been the battle of the neutral zone and who's been able to win those battles and get shots off.
Right, exactly. And you could hear Coach Digby really calling out, trying to get them to pay attention to any of the wings, because there's a lot of open space there, more towards the center is where players are.
As Clark's trying to work that one, but it's stepping down and intercepting, it's Muller. Back behind the net, Muller's keeping it going. She looks in front of the net for a pass, couldn't connect on it. Back out in the neutral zone, Shell drops back to grab that one. Shell trying to get it up to Muller, but it's intercepted and turned the other way by Couture. Couture with a shot, that one sails right. Coming down to keep that one in is Bookman. But Shell's got it behind the net now. Bookman picks it back up after Shell fell, and a weird angle shot from Easton. That one goes off the skates of Levy and finds the back of the net. The Mustangs take the first lead of the game, 1-0, 11:55 left to go in period number 1.
Yeah, that's Easton's 8th goal of this season. Really finding the back of the net, very quick into this game, just 10 minutes in. Really able to get the puck loose, come around, and get it right where Levy wasn't able to claim it. So that was definitely good vision for the Mustangs there.
And that was just kind of a right time, right place shot. Not much on it from below the goal line, just able to bank it off the skate of Levy and trickle behind her to break the plane of the goal line. But now we got a 1-0 game as the Lakers are trying to get something going now. Corbett backdoor, gets a stick on it, tips it wide. Corbett coming around now, trying to do a spinorama, get that one. Shot blocked into the sky, but Mustangs able to push this one in the corner, but Preston comes down and picks up it on the pinch. Preston overskates it, but McGrath comes back to pick up the puck in front of the net now. Corbett, high slot, she gets a shot off and blocked down by Jones. Malone with a wraparound opportunity now. She hits it off the post, and dumping it high off the glass is Davidson now, but coming down to keep that one in is Van Dam. Van Dam drops it back behind the net. Mooch is going to go down, pick that one up, passes it off to Burke. Burke up to the point, and Zemlak with a one-timer. That one sails right. Off a couple skates in front of the net, creating some commotion. Mucha now trying to get in front. A battle ensues. She's got Parenti with her. Mucha is moving it down the boards before trying to kick it back up. Kalinowski's going to be able to punch that one out. Dropping back to grab that is Muller. Burke tips that one in, and Parenti's hopping on her horse, no pun intended, to get that one. Up to the point. Looking for a shot opportunity, but thrown back down in for Pethrick.
It looks like it's back to neutral play right after that one goal for the Mustangs.
And an offsides call. 10:17 left to go in period number 1 of play. I'm Kyle Spizak alongside Jolie Santiago, and you're watching Oswego State women's hockey here on WTOP 10. Shots 7 for the Lakers, 5 for the Mustangs. And a very back-and-forth game where neither team has maintained much possession in the other zone. It's been very dump-and-chase-like hockey, just going up and down the ice constantly.
Yeah, and Easton, after that goal, is now tied in first for her team in goals, alongside McDonald and Davidson. So that's really good for their team to have eight goals for 3 players.
A team that does have the ability to score quite often with some good shooters, like you said. Just haven't been able to get it going a lot when it comes to SUNYAC play, sitting at second to last in the SUNYAC right now with a 4-0-9 record for the Mustangs. Goalie's trying to chip that one up, gets off the chest of a Mustang, but bringing it the other way now is Hull. Hull takes a slash, and that's going to be a delayed call. Arm is up for the ref, but Hull's going to skate it down in the corner. Levy's going to come to the bench, and the Lakers are going to get their 6th skater on the ice. Bring it up to the point in Preston. Preston's going to walk the line, looking back down to McGrath. McGrath up to Preston. Preston back to McGrath. McGrath sitting at the high circle before bringing it back up to the point in Preston. Getting over to Malone. Malone bringing it down to the corner to Van Dam. Van Dam off the end boards to Kierkostas, back up to the point, and Preston. Preston over to McGrath, looking for the one-timer, couldn't get anything going on it. McGrath's pass blocked, but Preston's able to get it over to Malone. Malone with a shot, and that one's still loose in front of the net. Kierkostas poking at it, and she's going to take a shove from Couture. Lakers possess the puck for a minute there, Jolie, but now they get to go up on the power play for the next 2 minutes.
I was just about to say that seemed a little chaotic for the Oswego State Lakers, not able to get people out of their bench quick enough. And that was just so many shots, really trying to take down Mustangs goalie, get at her as much as they can.
Few opportunities for the Lakers, none find the back of the net on that string of events, but they are up a player for the next 2 minutes nonetheless, as the refs are discussing with Coach Mark Digby right now. Both officials still deciding on the logistics of this penalty. The Lakers power play unit they will be going with is Malone, Mucha, McGrath, Corbett, and Shell at the point. On the kill for the Mustangs, Davidson, maybe, Tompkins, and joining them, Zoe Lease.
Jones has played the most out of the 3 goalies on the Mustangs. So really bringing in your most experienced goalie for this game was probably in Mustangs' best interest when going against a competitive team like Oswego. And I think it's because they know Oswego's going to put up a lot of shots on their goalie. And now it looks like there's going to be 2 penalties.
Yeah, also joining the box is Meadow Clark as the Lakers have a 5-on-3 for the next 2 minutes. Face-off won by the Mustangs, but Mucha's going to battle and keep that puck alive for the Lakers. Over to Malone at the right point. Back up to Shell at the top. Shell brings it back down to Malone. Playing catch with Shell. Looking for the backdoor pass to McGrath, but getting a stick on that one was Lease. Lease is going to be able to clear that one down the length of the ice, and coming out to play that one's Levy. Levy drops that one off for Shell, who gets it over to Malone to start the rush. Malone looking back to McGrath. McGrath gets the blue line, coming down the far side boards, wraps it around the boards to the other side, and Malone. Malone up to Shell at the point, back to McGrath. Bringing it down to Corbett, up to Shell at the point, and a shot. That one's blocked out by Lease. 1 minute down on the power play so far, and the Lakers yet to get a shot off on this 5-on-3.
Yeah, and for penalties, it would have seemed like Oswego would have got in the sin bin for this first period, probably because they tend to get in early. But it looks like Morrisville having 2 already. That's just a little, not as much unlike them with 76 penalties on the season compared to Oswego's 86.
As Hull walks this one into the slot, looking for Parenti, and Kierkostas with a shot. That puck's still open. It's loose behind the net. Parenti's down on the ice in front of Jones, trying to chip it up the boards to Coley. Coley's going to come down and keep that one alive. The goalie does not have their glove right now, playing with a player stick and no glove on her hand. Waving the hand at the refs, trying to get a stop and a shot from Bednarik, but Jones is still able to get a pad on it. She went quite a bit of time without having her glove on there. Luckily, she didn't have to try to catch anything because no padding, that one's going to hurt a little bit.
I would have been so scared if I was Jones, thinking that I had to catch that with my hand. And she actually looked like she was trying to if it had to come to that circumstance, but really she seemed like she handled that well, considering the refs weren't able to see it quick enough.
Yep.
And we're going to send it down to our rinkside reporter, Scott Brubaker, who had a look at the goalie's glove off on that play.
Thanks, guys. So right now we're in a 5-on-3. The Lakers are up by 2 people on the ice. Excuse me. This was really a test for the Morrisville goalie, number 72, Maggie Jones, as we saw her lose her glove, and she's still defending off all the pucks that are headed towards the goal. That's really just a story of how this game is going as well. Lakers are about 9 shots on goal, and she still held them off the entire time. I'm going to send it back up to the press box. Kyle, Jolie.
And thanks, Scott. As back behind the net, Van Dam's trying to move that one up the boards, but an interception and thrown around. McDonald with a shot. Believe he's able to shut that one down. 6:35 left to go in period number 1 of play. Both goalies seeing about an even amount of shots. 9 for the Lakers, 6 for the Mustangs. Only 1 goal allowed in the first frame so far.
Oswego's power play goals have been 12 this season, so I think that would have been a really good opportunity, being 3 on 5, but they really weren't able to capitalize on it once again.
Not able to score on the power play, but bringing it down in the zone now is Buxton. Buxton drops that one off for Mucha. Back behind the net, looking for Burke in front, but that one's going to be blocked down in the corner by McDonald. McDonald's going to try to sky this one out. Keeping the pressure going is Kirkby, but the Lakers able to keep it in, and they're coming down. Mucha with a shot chance, gets one off, but no second opportunity. Stick flying up in the air as Preston tries to keep that one in, but intercepting and going the other way is Lease. Lease gets the blue line, trying to cut it into the slot, but forced down in the corner by Van Dam. Van Dam bandling in the corner as Kirkby's going to take the puck up the boards. Able to poke that one out was Corbett, and getting on the rush now is Burke. Burke gets a stick on the breakout pass, is trying to get it the other way, was Bouchard. Picked up by Couture, who's going to get the blue line, take a shot. That one goes wide, back behind the net, picked up by a Laker. Puck loose, nobody able to grab it just yet. Malone's able to pick it up, but it goes right back down into the Lakers' end. Remlak picks this one up, going to chip it off the boards to Booth. Booth wraps it around to Corbett. Corbett just trying to get this one out, throws it high in the air and able to get out. Malone now, 2-on-1 for the Lakers. Malone and McGrath. Malone with a shot, and that's an easy save for Jones.
Yeah, right in her glove. She didn't have to do much for that. That's what they get. She gets in practice all the time, so she knew what she had to do there. Jones is being a block right now, and that is 15 minutes into this game, being able to still stay consistent and considering her team is relying on her.
As the score is 1-0, the Stangs lead the Lakers. Face-off won back by the Mustangs. Maybe working that one up the boards for Kalinowski. Back down, Shell picks this one up for the Lakers, and a pass in front of the net dropped off to Davidson, but she shoots that one high into the left. Puck still in the Lakers zone, a shot from the point from Holland, but that one's going to bounce off the back of the boards, and the Lakers trying to get this one out. Able to clear the zone. Shell gets this one up to Kierkostas. Kierkostas is going to skate this one down the near side wing herself, working it into the slot, gets a shot off. That one's gloved away by Jones. Puck back up into the corner now, loose in the slot. This one's going to be picked up by Maybe. Maybe's going to skate this one out herself, get the red line, dump it in, and elect for a line change. Bednarik working this one up the boards. Keeping this one alive is Van Dam battling against Tompkins. Puck in Morrisville zone, trying to bounce that one off the boards was Lease, but it goes off the skate of a Laker. As Preston jumps up in the neutral zone, trying to keep that one alive, stalls it enough where the rush could not happen. But Kirkby with a shot and a block from Muller. Another shot chance. Muller gets another skate on that one. He's coming the other way now. The Lakers chipped up the boards, looking for Buxton, couldn't connect on it, and this one's going to go all the way down for an icing. 3:41 left to go in period number 1.
A lot of chasing, a lot of the players having to put on their wheels very quickly. I think that they are probably draining themselves, all of them, and it's pretty early in the game to be doing that.
As face-off will ensue down in Lakers zone. Face-off won back by the Mustangs. To the point, a shot from Thompson. That one goes wide. Blocked by Levy. Van Dam's going to throw this one to the other side, picked up by Muller. Muller trying to work it across the ice to Preston, but able to break the zone nonetheless. Tadia gets the red line, dumps this one in. Lakers elect to get a line change. Picking it up behind the net for the Mustangs is Couture. Wrapped around the boards. Zemlak's going to pick this one up at center ice. Gets it over to Pethrick. Pethrick chips this one down in, tipped off the stick of Parenti. Thompson's going to pick this one up high off the glass. Looking up the ice for Bouchard. Bouchard's got it, able to move into the high slot. Bouchard with a chance now, tries to backhand one. Levy's able to get a pad on that and stop it dead. Big opportunity for the Mustangs there, not able to convert. The Lakers able to get back on defense just in time to help assist Levy on that one.
Yeah, she was deking in and out trying to really get past her defenders. Lexi Levy was watching it the whole time, though, and made sure when it slipped that she took repossession of it right there, stopping it from going any further.
Puck picked back behind the net by Holland. Holland's going to chip that one off the glass, trying to get it in front of the net, but Parenti's going to drop down and pick that one up. Parenti working up the boards. Clark tied up, couldn't get the shot off, but Morrisville's going to pick it back up in the neutral zone. Davidson's going to skate this one in herself on the far side wing before it's picked up by Mucha at the blue line. Mucha behind the back pass to Pethrick. Pethrick gets to the line. She takes a shot, blocked away into the corner by Jones. Back up to the point. Remlak once again going to chip that one in, and the Lakers are going to get on the forecheck. Corbett on the rush. Davidson trying to sneak behind the Lakers there. Couldn't control the pass. So the Lakers able to pick this one back up in their near side corner. And a hand pass will be called. So faceoff will go all the way down the ice into the Morrisville zone. 2:06 left to go in period number 1. Competitive game, one that we could kind of assume coming in that both teams very similar record-wise. Lakers sitting at 10-9, the Mustangs sitting at 9-11. And just even last night's game, a 3-1 contest, a very close game. McGrath's going to pick this one up down in the corner, working it up to the point, and Shell. Shell shoots this one. That one's a high shot, goes off the cage to McDonald. Back behind the net now, McGrath trying to work it, gets it over to Corbett. Corbett spins around, gets some space, toe drags around, able to get it up to the point, and Coley. Coley back down to Corbett, over to Shell. Shell looking for McGrath at the goal line, trying to throw it in front for Malone, couldn't connect on that one. Coley with the shot, that one gets blocked down by Lease, goes wide of the net. Now Morrisville turning things around with 1:30 left to go in the period. Tompkins on the pressure, Tompkins able to keep that one going, looking back door for McDonald. Stick from Coley gets on that one and shuts it down. Corbett gets the line and dumps that one down in. Now coming down with some speed is Kirkostas. Kirkostas gets her pass tipped back behind the net. Lease is able to pick this one up, and she's going to try to work it up the ice before Preston intercepts it at the neutral zone. 1 minute left to go in period number 1 of play. Looking for Kirkostas in the slot. Picked up by Preston. Preston trying to get a shot off. That one gets blocked. Picked up by Couture. Couture is going to dump that one high off the glass and way behind the red line, so that's going to be an icing call.
Oswego is really trying to make something happen right now, trying to set up the second period for some success. But they've seen this before. This has happened to them multiple times where they'll be down in the first period, but they just need to come back. And then they do come out pretty strong, usually in the second.
The Lakers, statistically, a pretty good second period team. But ironically enough, last night, the game between these two teams, all 4 goals were scored in the first period. As Hull works this one back behind the net, looking for Bednarik up in front. A shot, that one goes wide. Kirkostas picks it up in the corner now, trying to get it back down to Hull, but it's going to be picked up by Lease. Lease bringing it the other way, 30 seconds to go. McDonald cuts across the blue line, drops it off for Lease. Lease with a shot, Levy's able to punch that one into the corner. Chipped up the boards by Preston, picked up by Kirkostas. Kirkostas down the near side wing, cutting over into the slot, drops this one off for Hull. Hull with a shot, patted away by Jones. Thompson throwing that one up the glass. Booth stepping down to keep that one alive, bringing it the other way now. McDonald, 7 seconds left to go, and McDonald shoves Parenti off the puck. Parenti does the same. Burke with a shot opportunity. Now that one goes behind the net, and the buzzer rings for the end of period number 1. Score 1-0. The Mustangs lead the Lakers. Shots 14 for Oswego, 10 for Morrisville. A very even game, back and forth, not much scoring, not much shooting going on, really. Although the shot totals are up there, a lot of them were second chance opportunities. It wasn't coming down the ice, creating these opportunities. It was the puck was right there, and they got 2-3 whacks at it.
Yeah, and Jones keeps scaring me with how she puts her shin pad down, and it looks like there could be a second opportunity for a Laker to pull in and give it a shot, but Oswego's really not there, so that's why they're not getting those goals. But they do seem, from our angle, a little easier to get if the Oswego Lakers are playing as close to the goalie as they can be.
And 20 minutes in the books, so we're going to send it over to break. And when we come back, The guys over at the Perch got the whole intermission breakdown of everything that you need to see for this game. So don't go anywhere. More hockey here on WTOP 10 TV.
Would you like to try snacks from faraway lands? Or snacks with bizarre flavors? How about snacks in new ways? Or snacks you've never tried before? You don't have to go far to find these snacks. They can all be found here at Snacks on West First Street.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la. Breathe. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
Has concluded, and we are now in the first intermission report. I'm your host, Kenny Gerard, coincided by Alex Brooks and Brian Burrows. And as I just said, 20 minutes of hockey has now concluded here in the Deb. It's 1-0. Morrisville Mustangs looking good so far. What do you guys think about the first 20?
Well, the first 20 was something for Oswego left to be desired, I feel. Oswego not really getting a lot of opportunities. I mean, they had that 5-on-3. We'll get into that later. But, Brian, it just felt like a lot of miscommunication, and they're kind of playing a little down to their competition with Morrisville.
Yeah, they kept throwing shots on net. I mean, Megan Jones had 14 saves in the period, but they weren't necessarily high-quality shots. We'll get into it a little bit later, but they had that 5-on-3 for 2 straight minutes, and they couldn't capitalize. They're going to have to figure out in the locker room right now what the game plan is, kind of get a little more structure into the play to turn things around in this next period.
And we saw 1 goal here in the first period coming the way of Morrisville's Haley Eason, her 8th goal in the season, 15th point, now putting her in 2nd place on her team, as listed by Melinda Bookman. 1-0 Morrisville. How are we feeling?
Yeah, and it seemed like Levy wasn't really ready for that goal. It looked like it was a little wraparound, get it in there. And, I mean, for Morrisville, they're starting off fast. So that's something that they want to capitalize on for the Lakers. They were able to start off fast yesterday and were able to win against Morrisville. Now Morrisville, the Mustangs are trying to do the same thing, Brian.
Yeah, pretty big dichotomy between these two games from yesterday and today. 3 goals for the Lakers, 1 goal for Morrisville in that first period. Now just 1 for Morrisville in this period, no goals for the Lakers. It was a hot, fast start for both squads yesterday. Today, a little bit slower.
Yeah, and we said earlier on in the game, you guys each obviously gave me a key to what success would be in this game, and you had said Oswego capitalizing on the power play, and you had said Morrisville capitalizing on their penalty kill. Well, so far, we've seen that in this game. Your keys have been well, I would say correct so far.
Yeah.
And obviously we saw Oswego, they had the 3-on-5 opportunity, and it just didn't go their way. And we look at the first period summary here, 2 power plays going for the Lakers, no points on the board. And Morrisville, no power plays, and they scored.
Yeah, exactly. And Morrisville, they didn't need the power play, and they were able to get a goal. But we look at the shots for both of these teams. As you mentioned, Brian, they were able to get more shots than Morrisville, but not really any in the back of the net. Not, as you mentioned, the shot selection really poor from this Lakers team, something that they really need to clean up in the second half if they want to get back with the Mustangs.
Yeah, you know, a lot of shots isn't always necessarily a good thing. Sometimes you just need to get high-quality shots, slowing down the play, a little more passes in the offensive zone, and less shots, but you get better looks when you slow it down. I think the Lakers may be playing a little too fast, just trying to put things past Jones. They have to think to slow it down a bit in this period, a little more passing, maybe go for that extra pass to open up the shot over the shoulder maybe.
And obviously a crucial part of this game would be the net minders. We saw Lexi Levy in net for the Lakers so far, seeing 9 shots, letting 1 goal go by, a 90% save percentage. While we take a look over at the Morrisville goalie, she's seen a couple come her way as well. 14 saves, no goals, 100% save percentage so far.
Yeah, both of these goalies are really playing top-notch hockey so far today. They've been under a lot of pressure, especially for Morrisville and Levy. You know, she only gave up 1 goal about Haley Easton, but she's playing as good as anybody. She's able to hold her ground. You know, she's been getting a lot of pressure in between the pipes, but it feels like for Oswego and for Lexi Levy, you got to make sure to not be fooled by all the misdirection and everything going for Morrisville.
No, both these goalies definitely looked locked in. Despite the 1 goal from Levy, she has been all over the place, sliding from left to right, gloves everywhere, couple of stick saves as well, but you got to give it to Jones. She looked amazing. She had a couple really big slides across her crease to get to some pucks to wide open nets, stop them. She looked really, really good. She is probably going to be the X factor for the rest of this game for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and you know, we've mentioned it a couple of times now about the 3-on-5 opportunity that Oswego had. A golden opportunity to 3-on-5 advantage usually goes in favor of the team with 5 players on the ice, but we didn't see that.
Yeah, we didn't see that at all. The Lakers, they continue to struggle on the power play, and it's also just, I mean, obviously I did it with the keys to the game. Oswego needs to utilize their power play opportunities. Haven't been able to do it, and plus they had a 5-on-3 advantage here and not able to get any in the back of the net. It's very disappointing for Coach Digby and this Lakers squad, not able to get at least 1 in the back of the net in that 5-on-3.
No, the Lakers came in 14% on the power play this year. That's going to drop after that big missed opportunity. I mean, you got to think opportunities like those don't come around often, especially for a whole 2 minutes. Never mind 5-on-3s just in general. You don't get it a lot. You have to capitalize when it comes. You can't miss those. If it happens again, the Lakers have to capitalize. Even if they just get to the power play again, they have to capitalize.
They absolutely do, and obviously they worked hand in hand with your guys' keys earlier in the game. And just quickly, I want to take a look again around the SUNYAC where we're going. Plattsburgh can't end to first, still tied 0-0, while Cortland's taking the 2-0 lead on Potsdam and obviously 1-0 Morrisville right now.
Yeah, and looking at, I'll have you do the Plattsburgh and Canton, but for Cortland and Potsdam, Cortland going up 2-0, they're trying to play for some seeding right now, and that can help the Lakers. The Lakers, you're rooting for the teams that are above you right now, so you will be able to get at least that playoff spot today if you're able to win against Morrisville.
You know, Brooks, I'm actually going to have to disagree with you there. The Lakers just 5 points behind the teams in front of them. There's a couple upsets in the favor of the Lakers. They could very easily jump into that top spot and get a home playoff game, which I think they would definitely want more than having to go on the road for that first round of the playoffs.
Yep.
Well, there is one thing, though, for the Lakers that's a definitive answer, and it's that they need to pull ahead here in this second period and try and take a lead to even have the chance at looking into the future and into the playoffs. While if you're Morrisville, you're looking to keep doing some of the same stuff here. You're up 1-0. Hey, 1-0. So far, it's a win for Morrisville if the clock ran out now. But that's going to do it from us here on The Perch. When we get back from break, we're going to go back over to The Perch with Kyle Spizak and Jolie Santiago. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on WTOP 10.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen, make them briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast
Look
news.
at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
And welcome back into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena for period number 2 of play between the Oswego State Lakers and the Morrisville Mustangs. The Stangs lead the Lakers by a score of 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. But hockey's not the only thing going on around the Deb tonight. It is Pride Night as well, Jolie.
Yes, it sure is. And you see a couple of players on specifically the Mustangs that have the Pride-themed tape wrapped around their sticks. And, you know, that really started in the NHL in 2016 when they were trying to promote and support LGBTQ plus athletes who might otherwise quit playing hockey in the face of homophobia, discrimination, etc. So this has just been a real push for it. And then there was a ban on it for several different reasons in the NHL over the summer. So that's really put Pride Night at controversy. But that's not it, because PWHL recently, Professional Women's Hockey League, had their inaugural game, which really opened doors. And, you know, if you can see it, you can be it. A lot like the all-win broadcast last night. Right, Kyle?
100% Jolie, as game's about to get underway. And face-off won by Bednarik and the Lakers. Hull bringing this one down the near side boards. Bringing it back down into the corner as she's going to bring it back behind the net. Looking up to the point for Shell. Shell's going to pick this one up at the blue line. Bounces it off the boards for Hull again, but bringing it the other way now is Morrisville. Coley dropping back into the Lakers zone to pick this one up. Brings it around the near side boards. Chips it up to Bednarik. Bednarik can't connect with it, so Kirkostas grabs the rebound and brings it back down. Off the end boards by Couture as Morrisville's trying to break this one out, but Bednarik's got the puck tied up. Kirkostas drops below the red line to pick this one up. Working it back up the boards for Bednarik. Bednarik with a shot. That one goes wide. Corbett stumbles trying to pick that one up. Puck battle ensues. This one's going to slip out to the slot, but it's picked up by Davidson, and a whistle is blown. Going to the box for the Mustangs is Kendall Kalinowski. So the Lakers find themselves on another power play for the third time this game now.
Yeah, power plays are huge, and if you're able to take advantage of it, really that's key to your game as well, because you need to step up when times get like this, or else the other team thinks they can have you in any other spot. If they can take you with 4, they can take you with 5, etc.
As the Lakers this season on the power play, not an impressive number at 14.3% on conversion, 11 for 77 going into this game. However, their penalty kill on the other side of things, a 93% kill. So special teams batting about 50-50, really nailed it down on the penalty kill. Haven't found the power play yet though.
Yeah, and the Mustangs were really strategizing there to see where they have to position themselves in order to not give a clear path to the Lakers.
So Malone's going to work this one down to Corbett. Corbett back to Malone. Malone at the circle, bringing it back behind the net once again. Corbett going one way, stopping, going the other. Back to Malone. Malone with a shot. That one gets hit by a couple of Mustangs on its way to Jones. Corbett picks it up after a short battle, brings it back to Malone. Shell at the point, works this one down the boards to McGrath. McGrath into the corner, off to Corbett. Corbett to McGrath. McGrath in front with a shot, sails that one high. Malone's going to pick up the deflection on that one, brings it back down to Corbett. Off of Corbett's stick, working it down in front to McGrath. McGrath trying to get a pass to Mucha before it goes into the corner once again. Back behind the net to Corbett. Corbett looking for something to do with it. Minute 10 on the power play. Back up to the point in Shell. Shell down to McGrath. McGrath to Corbett. Corbett working it in front for Mucha. Puck still loose. It gets off of a couple of feet, and Morrisville bringing it the other way now as Tompkins is going to send that one down the length of the ice. Mustangs will get a change, as will the Lakers. 1 minute left on this power play. Pausing behind the net now is Shell, letting players get on the ice and for the breakout to develop. Gets it up to Hull. Hull starts it up herself, brings it up to Parenti. Parenti trying to work it down the boards. Gets shot up in the air and all the way down the ice once again for Maybe. Bednarik tracking this one back into the zone. She'll pick it up in the far side corner. Long pass up to Parenti. Parenti chips it up to Kirkostas. Kirkostas going down the far side wing. Had a chance, but lost the puck. Had to chase it back below the net again. Hull with it now. 15 seconds left to go on the power play. And back below is Kirkostas. Kirkostas up to Bednarik. Bednarik, skate turn, creates a little bit of space there. Up to Coley at the point. Coley looking for the pass from Kirkostas. Couldn't connect on it. Bringing it the other way now is Haley Eason. Easton with a lone goal in the first period of this game. As Hull brings it across the neutral zone, breaks the blue line. Looking for Parenti trailing in front, but will pass it off to Van Dam instead. Van Dam looking for Preston. Preston chips that one down off her stick. Davidson going to pick that one up, and Preston with a shot that goes left of the net. As Van Dam pinches down but can't keep that one going. Davidson with it now. Davidson with the chance. She's coming down. She'll get a shot off. Sails that one up over the net. No need to do any work for Levy on that one. Bednarik ties up a couple of players before Parenti picks that one up and gets it up to Preston. Preston looking for Buxton coming down the ice, but Clark intercepts it and brings it back the other way. Back below the Lakers net. Van Dam's going to pick this one up. Van Dam chips it off the boards to Buxton. Taken away by Kirkby. Kirkby's going to fall, but with one hand able to keep the play going before Buxton gets in. Gets that one across to Mucha. Mucha trying to cut this one to the center of the ice, and she'll be able to do so, and a delayed penalty for the Mustangs. The Lakers get another power play, Jolie, on the tripping call.
You can tell Oswego's trying to take control of the second period already, really getting into their offense quickly. Coach Digby still doesn't seem happy with this, though, because they need to be putting shots on goal. Not just shots, but working together to make those shots on goal. and really put Jones in a pressure zone where there's a lot of Lakers on her and she's not able to keep it up anymore.
Running up the shot total always looks good on paper, but at the end of the day, there's a big difference between shots and quality shots. Back up to the point now, Shell. Shell works this one down to McGrath. McGrath back door to Corbett. Corbett moves this one back up to Malone. Malone to Shell, back to Malone. Malone takes a few steps, gets a shot off from the circle, but that one's gonna wrap all the way around the boards and back down to Lakers zone. Shell's gonna track this one back down. Stops, turns the other way, trying to work something out now. Malone's bringing it up the far side wing. Up to Mucha. Mucha gets the blue line, keeps skating it down herself, brings it into the far side corner. Skates this one back behind the net before chipping it up to McGrath. McGrath to Shell. Shell over to Malone. Malone behind the net to Corbett. Corbett to McGrath. McGrath with a shot on that one and a pretty routine save for Jones, but some pushing and shoving going on in front of the net. But we're going to take a second to throw to our Ringside reporter, Scott Brubaker. What do you got, Scott?
Thanks, guys. I'm here on the sideline with everyone's favorite Zamboni and Tiffany, the president of Team Mini. So, Tiffany, tell me, what's the best part about being out here for all these games, giving out free T-shirts?
I love the crowd, I love the energy, and I love giving away the free T-shirts, especially to the kids.
So, one of the very most important questions, this little guy's been here probably longer than either of us have. How long has he been around?
I would say he's been here since around 2003.
That's a long time. A lot longer than both of us, for sure. Is there anything else you want to say before we throw it back?
I guess you can find us next week at Whiteout Weekend.
You heard it right here. Come out Whiteout Weekend. It'll also be on WTOP. We're going to send it back to the press box.
And thanks, Scott, as Bednarik drops back and picks that one up. Bednarik bringing it up with a little bit of speed now. 30 seconds left to go on the power play. Bednarik trying to get that one in, but loses it on the skate of Kyrkosas, and bringing it down now is Eason. Eason trying to toe drag, but Coley steps up and keeps that one out of the zone. Thompson going to wrap that one back behind the net. Coming out to play, it's Levy, as Coley's going to pick that one up. Coley starts skating up the boards to Burke. Burke looking across the neutral zone, trying to hit Mucha before Booth picks up the loose puck. Booth's going to take this one down, gets a shot on that. That one's easily pushed into the corner for Jones. Even strength once again. Buxton with it now, looking for Zemlak in front of the slot. Zemlak's going to pick this one up, gets a shot off. That one's tipped by Buxton, but goes wide to the net. Buxton battling with Davidson for the puck as Mucha gets pushed down in the corner with this one. Mucha falls to the ice, but Burke's able to pick this one up back behind the net. Trying to work it back to Mucha again. She'll pause in the corner, start skating. Drops it to Buxton. Buxton looking for Burke in front of the net. The puck's still loose. Goes out, but Kalinowski's able to get this one out for the Mustangs. She'll chip it around Booth and go down and get it herself. Bringing this one into the corner. Drops it off for Holland. Buxton comes down, picks up the loose puck, trying to work it up the boards to Booth, but it's thrown back down into the far side corner. Zemlak's going to start with this one. Zemlak over to Booth. Booth trying to chip that one up off the pads and keeps it in for Kirkby. Kirkby with it now stepping out in front of the net before it's picked back up by Booth. Booth trying to find Mucha, able to slip through, and Burke picks this one up. Burke coming down the near side wing. Now she gets a shot off, and that one's blocked away by Jones. Kirkby going to pick this one up back in the neutral zone. She's dicing through the defense. Takes it to the far side wing. Not able to get a shot off, picked up and shot from Clark, but that one goes straight into the trapper.
Yeah, so the Oswego State Lakers have had 4 power plays so far this game. A little bit into this second period, but still nothing from them. And that really does reflect in their conversion percentage with .143. Really not high for the Lakers now that they've had 15, could have had 15 chances, but weren't able to really capitalize on those throughout the season.
Throughout the year, the Lakers, both men's and women's, statistically have not had the greatest power plays going into 2024. This puck goes down into the corner, picked up now by Bouchard. Bouchard battling with a couple of Lakers. Corbett's able to punch this one out and get the momentum going. McGrath with it now, going down the far side wing. McGrath trying to get a shot off. She gets tied up by Thompson and brought back behind the net. Puck still loose back behind the net. Morrisville trying to poke it out, but Bednarik picks this one up. Bednarik drops that one back down below the goal line, trying to find it in front for Shell. Shell on her backhand couldn't get a shot off. Brings it back to Kirkostas. Kirkostas in the near side corner, looking for the centering pass to Shell. That one goes wide, but picked up by Hull. Hull drops it back to Bednarik. Bednarik trying to feed Hull back in the corner, but this one's going to be picked up by Eason. Eason with it start-stop goes back the other way. Eason goes to the ground, but wraps it around, able to get it up to Bookman. Bookman tries to chip that one down in, but Coley steps down and keeps the play alive on the pinch. Bednarik with it now. Starts skating up the wing again. Bednarik at the point. Looking for the backdoor pass to Kirkostas, but that one goes off the skate, and Eason picks it up at the top of the blue line. Eason brings it down, gets the red line, dumps that one in. Morrisville gets a change. Lakers running with the same unit. Bednarik trying to get it in front. This one's picked out for Holland. Holland, puck still loose. It's up in the air, and Mucha picks it up in the corner now. Mucha skating it up the boards. Cutting across the neutral zone, gets the red line. Going to take this one in herself. Dump and chase. Mucha looking for the pass in front for Peretti. Couldn't connect on it. But a shot from the point goes wide. Berg pushing it down to Parenti. Parenti stops. Trying to work it back up now, getting it back to Burke behind the net. Burke dumps that one back down low for Parenti. Parenti picks it up in the far side corner, wraps it around behind the net. Burke hopping on the forecheck. Trying to work that one up, coming down and keeping it alive was Muller. Muller gets it over to Pethrick. Pethrick with a shot, that one goes wide left. Burke trying to move it up the boards. Kalinowski's gonna pick that one up. Kalinowski gets it up the boards to Clark. Clark's gonna hit this red line and dump it down in. Davidson punches it back behind the net now, wrapped around the other way. Tompkins coming down to keep that one alive. Chipped out, coming down with some speed now. The Lakers have a chance in a shot there, stopped away by Jones. Kalen Tadillo with a great opportunity there, but shut down by Jones back down in the corner. Morrisville the other way. Tompkins with it. Gets the red line, chips this one down in, trying to get going, get around Pethrick. Pethrick takes her into the boards as Buxton joins in on it as well. And a shot from Kirkby, but that one's going to be gloved away by Levy. 9:20 left to go in period number 2. Shots 21 the Lakers, 14 for the Mustangs. Score still 1-0, Jolie.
Yeah, still 1-0, but I can anticipate it getting physical in the next couple minutes, only because of maybe frustration. Like this shot was right there, but not enough for Zemlak. So the frustration is definitely building on the Oswego bench. That might result in penalty minutes like we've seen in the past for the Lakers.
Thompson comes down to keep that one alive, but it's picked up by Van Dam. Van Dam chips it off the boards to Corbett. Corbett looking for the centering pass. That one's going to be shut down by the Mustangs. Preston keeps that one in before it's picked up by a Mustang. Maybe chips this one up, but Preston picks it back up at center ice again. Puck dumped in, and an icing will be called, so puck returns all the way back down to Lakers zone for the face-off. And a very back-and-forth game, Jolie.
Yeah, very back and forth. I think when we saw Oswego come out hot in the beginning of this second period, we thought it'd be a lot in their offense, a lot of passing, but I think the passes are just not connecting like they should be at this point in the season. And again, the frustration could be building for the Lakers. I saw Bednarik coming to the bench, nodding, like shaking her head, kind of, why? Why is this happening right now? You know Morrisville, you know Oswego, level of play should be different.
As Corbett gets the pass on the near side wing, bringing it down into the zone by herself. Corbett gets pushed in the boards, looking for McGrath in front of the net, couldn't connect, picked up and brought the other way by Maybe. McGrath able to intercept that one at the top of the zone. McGrath with a shot, that one gets pushed into the corner by Jones, pretty routine save. Maybe with it now, Maybe gonna throw it up the boards, tipped off a stick, and Coley's gonna get back in time to pick that one up, no icing call. Hull with it, stretches the ice, gets it over to Kirkostas. Kirkostas jumps it off to Coley. Coley with a chance, looking for Bednarik backdoor, couldn't connect on that one. Round the other way now, Kirkby. Kirkby's gonna get a shoulder from Coley. before McDonald's able to pick up the puck, and going the other way now, the Lakers have it again. Kirkostas dumps that one in. Lease picks this one back up behind the net off of the Jones pass. Over to Clark. Clark wraps this one up the boards, but Booth comes down, keeps that one alive on the pinch. Puck loose in front of the net, picked up and brought back behind by McDonald before wrapping it around the corner for Tompkins. Tompkins goes off the skate of Booth and out to McDonald. McDonald gets the blue line, trying to toe drag around. Burke steps up and pokes that one away. Shell able to get this one at the circle, trying to force it up the boards, but it does get through the skates of everyone. Racing back for it now and can't beat out the delayed icing call. So, face off in the Lakers zone.
A lot of delayed calls there due to the fact of icing. I see that they're just trying to get it away. I'm sure Mark Digby is trying to tell his players, there's a different way we should be going about this. Let's play their game, play our game, as he would say in his words. But on the other side, I think they're trying to protect themselves because Oswego's trying to build right now, trying to get up on the board before the end of the second period.
Still scoreless through 1.5 for the Lakers. 1 goal in the first for Morrisville as Parenti's trying to get in the zone. She'll be able to battle off a couple of Mustangs and push that one down in. And that puck's going to be skied up towards where we are here in the press box. So a face-off will be in order as can't really play a puck in the stands, can you?
Nope, I wanted to get that one. I was kind of close. You know, I know the Zamboni came before and gave WMYO a shirt. I wanted that shirt, and now I wanted that puck. But it's fine. I'll live. It's okay.
0 for 2 on the day, Jolie.
0 for 2 on the day.
It's all right. There's still a period and a half of hockey for souvenirs to be brought around as that puck gets tipped up and stuck behind on the cage. As some pushing and shoving going, but the puck gets stuck in the netting nonetheless. So a face-off will be down in Mustang zone.
I think this has been one game that I haven't seen that's been very physical from the Lakers. I tend to see them really pushing and shoving on the boards and on the glass. So this is a little different pace that they might be playing. Maybe they're trying to play back on the aggression to focus on the game and focus on where they're putting the puck. That could be their kind of way of going about it, but also you never know. I think that it might change as we get later into this period and even into the third.
As Clark works this one up the boards to Holland. Holland chips it out, but it's picked up by Zemlak. Buxton with it at the blue line, dumps that one down in, elects to get a change. Lakers with a new group on the ice. Keeping that one alive is Muller. She throws it down in the corner to Bednark. Looking for Muller again, couldn't connect on the pass. That one chips off her stick. Holland with it, bringing it the other way as Davidson's battling as well, able to get that one down in, and the Mustangs will get a change as well. Zemlak picks this one up. The Lakers trying to get on the rush early as Muller chips that one in off her stick. Below the goal line, Morrisville dumps that one out, but it's picked up by Preston in the neutral zone as Van Dam gets to battling at half ice. Chipped up, Tadia has it now. Tadia trying to bounce around the defender and get in close on Jones, but taken away and pushed in the corner by McDonald. Shot from Preston goes wide back behind the net. Bednark picks up the rebound. Bednark trying to get the cycle going. That one's stopped by Emma Thompson. Lees throws this one back behind the net. Picked up by Muller. Muller looking for the pass to Van Dam in front. Van Dam gets this one. Puck still bouncing around in front. Tadia with the shot. And it's going to end up down in the corner for Tompkins. Tompkins gets it, gets the red line, and dumps this one down in. Or didn't get the red line, according to linesman Chris Brewster. So face-off will go back down to Mustang territory. 4:41 left to go in period number 2 of play. Shots 22, the Lakers, 15 for the Mustangs. I'm Kyle Spizak alongside Jolie Santiago, and you're watching Oswego State Women's Hockey here on WTOP 10. Puck pass back behind the net. McGrath trying to get a shot off in front, but it bounces down wide. McGrath chases it into the corner now with Clark. McGrath and Clark battling. Coley steps down to keep that one alive. McGrath with it now. McGrath looking for Corbett, couldn't connect. Back up to the point, Shell. Shell gets it down to McGrath. Up to the point and Coley. Coley gets it down to Malone. Malone with the turnaround shot. That one's blocked away into the corner by Jones. Corbett takes the puck away from Clark. Moves it up to the point in Shell. Shell walking the line, gets a shot off, loose in front of the net, still loose. McGrath trying to poke that one in as McGrath takes a few hits, pushing and shoving, going around, but able to stop that one was Jones with a loose puck, bouncing around, a lot of sticks flying everywhere, Jolie.
A lot of sticks. The puck was coming at Jones a couple of different times, and it was stopped maybe 3 times just in that one moment, and then there was some pushing and shoving at the end.
McGrath gets a stick straight to the face on that
right,
one.
yeah, so I think ref is just trying to make it clear, like, let's not do that right now.
4 minutes left to go in the period. And face-off underway, one back by the Lakers. Shell picks this one up at the point, tries to get a shot off, blocked down by Davidson. Davidson skating this one out herself now. She'll get the blue line. Looking for Kalinowski in front. Pass goes wide to Kierkostas. Kierkostas picks this one up, brings it around the net. Trying to move it up the ice to Bednarik, but keeping it in barely was Couture as Davidson picks it up. Eason trying to work this one down. Puck stalled at the blue line. Kalinowski backdoor with a perfect chance and a rebound opportunity for Davidson. Couldn't connect on that. 2 good chances for the Mustangs right there. Bednarik picks it up in the corner now. Moves it up to Shell. As Hull's gonna break the defense, and Hull gets it up now. 2-on-1 chance for the Lakers. Hull with a backdoor chance. Couldn't get this shot off. Down in the corner, Kierkostas now throws it behind the net to Malone. Malone up to the point in Zemlak. Zemlak with a shot. That one's blocked away by Tompkins. Trying to get it over to Booth, but that one's going to break the zone. Malone down in the corner now, battling for the puck. She'll push it down further and let Corbett go to work. Poked up. Kirkby's going to pick it up. Tries to get that one up to McDonald. Booth picks it up at the Laker logo. And thrown back down into the corner. Couture's going to pick it up. Try moving it up the boards, but Malone's going to come down pinch, keep that one going. He's able to get it around Zemlak. Now Tompkins. It's a 2-on-1. McGrath back checking. Tompkins going to bring it around, and a shot blocked by Booth. McGrath on the back check, able to keep that one going and get it out of the zone almost. Zemlak trying to find Corbett, a little too far, couldn't connect on the pass. Clark has to drop all the way back for that one, no icing. Puck moved up, Preston on the pressure. Mooch is gonna pick up the loose puck. As this goes back down into the corner now. Bouchard pins it up against the boards. Pokes out a little bit, Bookman's gonna pick it up. Bookman and Bouchard battling with a few Lakers as Levy's just gonna cover that one with the Trapper. 1:51 left to go in period number 2 of play. A lot of shots, but not scoring opportunities really, Jolie. They have ran up the shot total a little bit, but they've been relatively routine saves for Jones.
Yeah, for sure. Shots on goal are really not being effective right now, or really not getting through to where they want it. And that target, they really need to work on that right now, or else this game will either be really tight in the third period, or maybe not even go further than 1-0.
As that puck goes flying into the penalty box, we'll have a face-off at the near side circle in the neutral zone.
I also want to mention that the Mustangs assistant coach that was just announced this season, Monica Cahill, is an Oswego native, and she was a part of the Oswego Minor Hockey League for 4 seasons. So she pretty much will know Coach Ed Gosick, because he's a big part of that. But yeah, she played for Cortland when she was in college, so she's now assistant coach for the Mustangs. Pretty cool.
And things always come full circle, don't they, Jolie?
For sure.
Coming back up now is Hull, bringing it up to the point, and Kalinowski is able to get that one off her shin pass and keep it going. Pushing it down, trying to drop it off to Davidson. Davidson could not pick it up. They're going the other way now. The Lakers have a 3-on-2. 4-on-2 chance for the Lakers. Looking backdoor for Coley's. Pass was deflected away by Maybe, as Davidson's going to chip that one down in. Corbett's going to outskate her for that one, so they elect to get a change. Corbett bringing it around now, bringing a little bit of speed to the center of the ice. Cross the Laker wheel, bringing it down across the blue line. Near side wing, gets a shot off. That one goes off the side of the net. Puck's loose. Malone's able to pick that one up at the circle. Malone brings it back down behind the net before she gets out-battled by a couple of Mustangs. Up to the boards, Kirkby 25 seconds left to go in period number 2 of play, as that one's chipped down in by Perthrick. Puck loose back behind the net, pokes in front of the net. Lakers try to get a shot off in Malone, but goes a little bit wide, and the puck's going to go the full length of the ice, and that one's going to be called icing. Perthrick able to get there in time. 4.8 seconds left to go in period number 2 of play.
Something I've noticed is Oswego's margin of goals between skaters. Really, McGrath is leading the team with 11 goals, and that's just first, but Hull second with 9, but then Corbett comes in third with 3. That margin, and then everyone else is either 1, 2. That's just a big margin for a team like this, and I think they're going to be thinking about that as they head into the tunnel.
You got to get some more goals across the board for the entire team, really, as some struggles finding the back of the net throughout the season, not just this game. 0 for 3 so far today on the power play, just not able to get any opportunities going with that, Jolie.
Yeah, those power plays are so important when you're playing this game, due to the fact that you need to show the other team that you can get even when they're down. You can get them when they're down and keep getting them when they're down, because teams fall like that. Actually, not to say all teams will, but the weaker teams tend to, and you want to capitalize on that with those weaker teams. Like, not to say Mustangs specifically, but due to their records, due to their standings, it can be compared to Oswego in that sense. But Oswego needs to come back if they want to make anything happen right now.
And we're going to send it down to our ringside reporter, Scott Brubaker, who's sidelined with Rachel Corbett. Scott?
Thanks, guys. I'm down here with Rachel Corbett. So, Rachel, it's a very gritty, very defensive game. Talk me through the process. What are you guys doing out there on the ice?
Yeah, so we're trying to focus big on how we set up our offensive zone possessions and trying to have net release options so that we keep the puck low and we get them staying still. We got to do a little bit of a better job of using our teammates, but we're one bounce away from being back in this game.
And you talked about the offensive. Talk to me for a second. What can you do to improve on that coming into the third period?
I think just kind of get out of our heads a little bit. We're used to playing very fast-paced games, and I think we have a little bit more time than we're used to. And it's making us overthink a little bit. I think we got to simplify our game and just do what we know how to do and take advantage of the chances that we get.
All right, is there anything else you want to add as you're going into the last period of the game?
No, I just think once we pick our heads up and we play hockey the way we know how to, this is going to be a better game than it is right now. We're going to come away with the dub.
All right, Rachel Corbett, thank you very much. I'm going to send it right back up to the press box.
And thanks, Scott. One of the interesting things in this game, 50-50 on face-offs for both teams, splitting the margin right in half. But we're going to send it to break, and when we come back, the boys on the perch will give you the whole intermission recap of last period. So don't go anywhere here on WTOP 10.
What's going on?
No.
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
La 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 la. Breathe. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Welcome back into the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena, where the Morrisville Mustangs lead the Oswego State Lakers 1-0 after 40 minutes of hockey, 2 periods, whatever you want to call it. There's 20 minutes left in the game, but for now, we got a little bit of analysis from you. I'm your host, Kenny Gerard, coincided Alex Brooks, Brian Burrows. These are the guys who are going to be doing all the analyzing after that second 20 minutes of hockey. So far what we've seen is a uneventful but very physical game. The physicality's been very high so far. We're not seeing a lot of shots and opportunities.
Yeah, we're not seeing a lot of shots and opportunities from the Lakers or the Mustangs in this second period. It was very much of a lull. And I feel like if you're the Lakers, it's like, when can I get an opportunity? When can I get it in the back of the net? Am I going to have to cook up some hot jambalaya or something like that to get in the back of the net? Morrisville's playing really good with their goaltending, and they've been able to really focus on winning against the Lakers.
Yeah, it's been a lot of play on the board so far from on both sides of the ice. Just pucks getting pinned here and there on the boards, both squads blocking pucks with their bodies the entire time. Shot will come in, skater right in front of it, sends it off, deflects into the corner. Crazy game so far that there's been a lot of shots. I gotta say it. There's been a crazy amount of shots. For me, the telling side of the game so far, the Lakers have 24 shots on goal, 50 total shots already though. It's a lot of shots for the Lakers, not a lot of high quality shots, which is, they need to change that.
Right, like you said, we got 24 shots on goal with 50 shots. Less than half of their shots are going even in the way of the netminder, and that's a problem. They're not creating good opportunities so far. And also, we've seen Oswego not capitalizing on the power play, 0 for 3 in the night. Like we said, that was one of the keys for the game. But what do you guys really think right now for the Lakers? What's going on? Why can they not capitalize? Maybe something's going on. Is it the skates? Is the ice slippery? What is it?
I mean, you've been playing hockey enough for many times on the ice. I feel like you should get used to the slippery ice. But I mean, maybe it's just because of, playing back-to-back against Morrisville. Maybe they have your number tonight. Maybe it's just not their night. But if you're Coach Digby going into this third period, this final period, you got to get some more energy. You got to get some more aggression around the net and around the creases, because you're down 1-0. You're only down 1-0. You just need one goal to tie this game up.
Yeah, the passes tonight have not been crisp. They are not tape-to-tape passes. They're not stick-to-stick. They need to pick that up. These errant passes are just resulting in bad turnovers. They might have a player open the backside of the ice for a goal. They miss it because the pass isn't crisp. They try to get it out of the defensive zone. It gets kept in because the pass isn't sharp. They need to pick that up. The Lakers are not playing well enough with these passes to really make a difference. If they get a couple crisp passes, a couple better passes, there very well could be a couple goals in this game.
Right, you saw a lot of cross-ice passes, a lot of lanes being forced that just really weren't there for the Lakers. But we are now going to take a look around the SUNYAC and where we are right now in the other games for Plattsburgh, Canton, Cortland, and Potsdam. Plattsburgh currently up 1-0 in the second, while Cortland 3-0 over Potsdam.
Yeah, we'll keep the continuity, Brian. I'll take Cortland and Potsdam. Cortland up 3-0. And as you mentioned before, Brian, that Lakers might want to root for Potsdam to come back in this game in order to lessen the amount of space they have between Oswego and Cortland. But, I mean, that Plattsburgh-Canton game, Plattsburgh 1-0. Canton still has a shot.
Yeah, Plattsburgh last couple of years has been one of the powerhouses in the country. This year they looked a little fallible. The Lakers beat them earlier this season. So far, Canton keeping it close. There's definitely a shot of another upset for this Cardinals team. The Lakers, though, don't want to face a hot Canton next week either, though. Canton's here for 2 games. If they get a win versus Plattsburgh today, they very well could come in on a very big high coming into Whiteout weekend.
For sure.
Right, if Canton wins, they're going to try and ride the thunder and stay hot on top. But now we got to look ahead over to Digby, your head coach Digby. You're in the locker room for the Lakers. What do you say to your women on the team now? What do you do to turn this around? You got 20 more minutes to go and 40 at pass without a goal. What do you do?
I mean, I don't know if it gets as aggressive as flipping chairs in the locker room, or just kind of telling your team, like, we're only down 1. We're only down 1 goal. If we clean up the mistakes on the shot selection, we clean up the mistakes on the communication, we can get right back into this game. And I feel like the shot selection, you got to be quality over quantity. You're shooting a lot. The girls are tired, but you need to go in there and just play the best 20 minutes of hockey in this third period.
No, I definitely agree. Digby is definitely probably not happy, but I think he's got to keep his composure too. I don't think a mad coach is going to help this team do anything better. I think, though, he is definitely praising Lexi Levy. She's definitely keeping this team in this game. Though she only had 7 saves, and the D definitely helped her out in this period, she's playing very well despite that one goal. She's kept the Lakers in this game so far.
Right, Levy and Jones both having great games so far for each of their own teams. But there is one thing that we did talk about earlier on, which was the key, that Oswego came into this game 0-9 on the season on the power play against Morrisville, and now we're at 0-12 on the season for the Lakers. Not where they want to be.
Yeah, I guess they didn't listen to my keys
No.
in the pregame show. Yeah, 0 for 12 on the power play. I mean, that's your bread and butter. Special teams, we talked about it all day. You want to be able to capitalize on those opportunities, especially only being down 1-0. I mean, against a team that's really lower in the SUNY, a team that you should defeat. But if you're looking at Alexi Levy right now, as you mentioned, Brian, you want to praise her. But she's doing a lot of dirty work, and you know, in this third period, she's going to be relied on a lot if they can't get anything in the back of the net against Jones.
Yeah, and on the other side, Maggie Jones playing on her head. I mean, we were standing up here watching some of these saves. It's crazy. It's like stick flying out, saving a shot. Glove saves, slides across the crease. She's playing on her head in this game. She's the reason Morrisville has a lead right now. The Lakers did have a few golden chances to get goals, and she was the reason that they are still leading this game 1-0.
Right, I mean, she's got 24 saves so far on the night. An incredible game so far for her. Because Oswego has had opportunities. We said we haven't seen a lot of them, and they are taking a lot of bad shot selections. But you do see 24 saves on someone's statistic list. That's not bad. We look at Levy. She has 15 saves, only letting 1 goal get by. Still a 93.8% save percentage. That's still pretty good.
Yeah, that's still pretty good. I mean, she's playing a really great game. I mean, you're only allowing 1 goal, and you still have the opportunity to play another great 20 minutes of hockey in this third period. But it just feels like with Levy, you got to make sure that you give her some support. You want to make sure that you can be aggressive in this third period, because you know there's only 20 minutes left. If you can't score, you're gonna lose.
No, you're exactly right. Levy has to keep playing as well as she can. She cannot get dejected to the fact they are losing this game. She can't think of the fact that she may be the reason they're losing this game because she gave up that 1 goal. She has to think, I'm playing well, I got to keep it up, or not, we will lose this game.
Well, we will see what happens here in the third and final period in the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. That's going to do it from us here on The Perch for now. We'll see you guys in about 20 minutes in the postgame show. But for now, over to Kyle Spizak and Jolie Santiago. After this break, you're watching WTOP 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up with that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
La la la. Breathe. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
1-0. As we are just a minute away from the third frame of this game. Not much really going on when it comes to the scoring aspect. Neither team has really been able to possess the puck, really. But there's some pretty notable players on both teams.
Yeah, there sure is. So Oswego State Lakers got Tilly Pethrick. Tilly Pethrick is on the Australian women's national team. The roster was just released 2 days ago, so the competition's going to be in April. It's about a week. They're internationally going to be challenged. It's going to be pretty cool, and she actually played for them before in 2022. And another player on the Mustangs now, Allie Davidson. She's tied for 8 goals right now for the team, but she wants to probably really lead with 9 in this game if she makes a goal. You know, she actually started playing with ringette, and ringette's another sport, but it's non-contact. She wanted to play hockey, so she's here right now, Niagara Falls, Ontario native, and she's just really, really looking at this as a shot for her to continue and keep going and being the hockey player that she is.
And starting lines for period number 3 for the Mustangs, Allie Davidson, Avery Holland, and Kendall Kalinowski. Tilly Couture and Zoe Lease on defense for the Lakers. Going with Simone Bednarik, Sophia Kirkostas, Mac Hall, Leah Cooley, and Lauren Schell. Schell drops back to pick this one up, trying to get it up the boards to Kirkostas. Couldn't get any contact on the puck, so that's going to go for an icing just 30 seconds into the third. I'm Kyle Spizak alongside Jolie Santiago, and you're watching Oswego State Women's Hockey here on WTOP 10. As the faceoff goes back down to Oswego territory. Faceoff won back by the Mustangs. Couture with it. Couture with a shot blocked away by Levy up to Kirkostas. Kirkostas off the end boards, looking for Hull on the other side of the ice. Trying to go the length of the ice to Kirkostas, but it's picked up by Thompson. Thompson gets pickpocketed by Bednarik, who's coming down the ice on the far side wing now. Bednarik trying to bring it in closer, and a save from Jones. That one's tipped away into the corner. Back up to the point. Preston keeps that one alive. Thompson trying to get it back out of the zone. Line changes and a lot of people on the ice, but the puck manages to find its way down further into the neutral zone. Now McGrath bringing it back into Oswego zone. Turns around and gets Corbett at center ice. Corbett comes in now, trying to chip it around to Malone. Bit too wide of the net, couldn't connect on that one. Looking back door for McGrath. McGrath's going to dump this one down in the corner and cycle it down to Corbett. Corbett gets it over to Malone. Malone trying to get it to McGrath, but too many Mustangs not able to do so. Corbett intercepts the pass, keeps this one going from the high slot, looking for a shot, backhands this one in, and Jones shuts that one down.
Jones sure is shutting it down, and she's looking for her second shutout of the season tonight. If that could happen, that is definitely a goalie's real aspirations in this line that they play, because that really shows that they're able to have that confidence, stay in between the pipes, show their coach that they're there and ready to play.
As the puck's back behind the net now, Morrisville working it up the board. Zemlak comes down to pinch and keep that one alive. Eason loses the puck. It's picked up by Corbett. Corbett battling with a couple of Mustangs before Malone's able to pick this one up at the top of the circle. Malone looking across the ice to Booth at the point. Booth comes in, takes a shot. That one's kept low, and it gets pushed down into the corner by Maybe. Thrown up the boards and out by Bookman. Back to Bookman again. Parenti's trying to get that one, but it's going to pop out to Burke. Burke's able to get this one up to Mucho. 1-on-2 for the Lakers, and a shot. That one kicked wide by Jones. Lease takes this one out the other way. Coming down the neutral zone with some speed. Lease gets poked into the corner from Coley. Back in front, Parenti's gets a stick on that one and keeps it going the other way. Burke now looking across the ice to Mucha. Mucha able to stay on sides while entering with the puck there. Into the corner now, Parenti stops, works it up the boards to Shell. Shell go across to Coley. Coley with a shot, and that one gets tipped down by Mucha. Scored! Tessa Mucha with the tip in front, bounces the puck off the ice, and one finally finds its way past Maggie Jones.
That was definitely a rifle to the back of the net. Jones did not see that one coming. I believe that was just really on target, and that's something that she must have worked on a lot in practice. That's moving her to 5 goals on the season, really working her way up to the top scorer in any way that she can. Really good work by Tessa Mucha.
Mucha able to punch that one down on the ice, and that bounce gets it past Jones. A great deflection. Now we have a whole different hockey game, 1-1 with 17 minutes to go in the third. Puck loose back behind the net. Parenti picks this one up, works it up to Tadia. Gonna be picked up by Kennedy Kirkby. Kirkby's gonna get the blue line. She fakes a shot, able to bring it down in a little bit deeper. That one goes wide to Levy. Buxton picks this one up at the blue line, trying to chip it up to Tadia. Tadia's gonna throw that one in. Jones comes out and plays it behind the net, picked up by Clark. Clark tries to reverse it back to Thompson before Thompson reverses it back to Clark. Clark trying to work it up the boards, but Buxton came down, kept the puck in the corner. And Tadia throws a huge hit in the corner, and that one's gonna be called for a penalty. The Lakers will find themselves down for the first time on the penalty kill this game, but no need to worry for the Lakers, as percentage-wise, a 93% kill rate.
Wow, yes. So this is just one of the plays that really was able to get behind the net, really the only one this game, as you can tell by 1-1 score. But that shot on goal was really able to find the back of the net, and that's very important for Oswego, as they were struggling through that the entire game so far.
As Morrisville has a power play, but Malone's able to get this one, brings it in a little bit closer, front hand, backhand, and can't get the shot off there. Goes straight in the pads of Jones. Zemlak with it now, drops it back down. Look at backdoor, Shell coming down. Shell gets the shot off, but that one's blocked in the skates of Maybe. Thompson trying to skate this one out, but McGrath's able to take it in center ice. McGrath chips this one down, going on the attack, trying to kill off more time from this penalty. Minute 30 left on the kill for the Lakers. Coming back down in Oswego zone, Thompson had a chance there, but it goes straight into the skates of Zemlak, who's able to clear it down the ice. Kierkostas gets pushed down into the corner as Eason starts on the breakout with this one. Eason working it up the ice to Kirkby. Kirkby gets the blue line, trying to work it to the slot. Shot, but that one's blocked away by Booth. Bednarik chips it around a player and is able to sky that one all the way down the length of the ice, back down to Jones. Jones plays this one out to Clark. Clark bringing it up the boards before she gets pickpocketed by a couple of Lakers. Still loose. Bednarik able to get it at the top of the circle, punches it down into the corner a little bit further, killing more time. Davidson gets that one around the boards to Clark. Clark starts skating it, 30 seconds left on the power play for the Mustangs. McDonald bringing it in. McDonald with a shot opportunity, gets one off, but Levy shuts that one down. A late push from Kirkby, as the pushing and shoving is going down in front of the net. Nothing more will come out of that there, but game's starting to get real physical and real tense with 14:47 left to go, Jolie.
Yeah, don't get close to that goalie. Don't let it literally even get close, due to the fact that that Oswego defense is on you, because if you're close to Lexi Levy, they're on top of you now. So that's what just happened at the end of that shot that Lexi Levy was able to keep safe.
27 seconds left on the kill for the Lakers, as Lease gets this one at the point. Lease tries to get a shot off. Mucha gets that block in the pads. Up to Clark in the point. Clark able to punch that one down to McDonald. McDonald, a shot blocked by Zemlak. McDonald trying to cycle that one down for Davidson, but it goes off the pads of Zemlak and able to clear that one down. The Lakers will return to even strength. Picked up by Kirkby. Kirkby works that one up to the ice, and now Davidson. Davidson's got a one-on. No, Davidson tries going backdoor and a save from Levy. Corbett now with it, trying to center pass up to Burke. Burke takes down a player, but no penalty is called. Coming down now, Bookman. Bookman with a shot. That goes wide. McGrath wraps that one back behind the net. Van Dam battling in the corner with a Mustang. Puck loose for Bouchard. Bouchard trying to work it to the front of the net. And that one's just wide, as Couture is able to get in, keep that in. That one's going to escape the zone, as Morrisville now has to regroup in the neutral zone. Levy goes out to play that one, but she misjudges it, and it pokes into the corner. Van Dam picks this up now. Van Dam back to Zemlak, who gets it back to Van Dam. Puck loose in the corner, picked up by Bookman. To the center for Tompkins. Tompkins trying to get that one back to Couture. Couture is just going to throw that one into the corner, but off a couple of pads back into the neutral zone. Van Dam's got it now at the blue line. Battle in front of the Lakers bench as it's picked up now by Kirkby. Kirkby's got a 2-on-1, bringing it into the neutral, the center of the ice, and an opportunity for Tompkins to get the second chance. Couldn't get her stick on the shot. Hall now 1-on-1, going the other way. Scott Kirkostas with her. She's going to take this one in the corner, regroup, and replan. Coley back down to Hall. Hall back behind the net to Kirkostas. Back up to Coley at the point. Over to Shell. Shell's going to take a shot from the top of the circle, trying to find Kirkostas' back door. Kirkostas within the corner now. Back up to Coley. Coley across Shell. Shell's going to dump this one off the end boards as it's pushed down in the corner. Tompkins battling with Kirkostas. Bednark gets it at the top of the circle. Tries to get a shot off, blocked by the stick of Tompkins. Maybe skating with it now up center ice. She's going to bring it into the zone herself. Takes it to the circle, a shot. That one goes wide and wraps all the way around the boards. Back down to Morrisville zone. 12 minutes left to go. Thompson passes it across the front of the net over to Lease, but it's picked up by Davidson and pushed down and further. Levy plays this one. Levy's going to throw it off the glass up to Mucha. Mucha chips that one. And it's going to be frozen by Jones. 11:48 left to go. 1-1 the score here in the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. Shots 29, the Lakers, 22 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, we can really see that Oswego is playing a cleaner game right now than they have before. You see the Mustangs kind of scrambling a little bit too. So whatever was said in the Oswego State locker room must have been good and got them pumped up right now.
Davidson with it now, trying to find somebody in front, looking for Kalinowski, couldn't connect on the pass. Clark keeps it alive in the zone. Booth drops down below the goal line, gets it over in the corner for Tadia. Tadia is able to chip it to Preston. Preston gets it up to Mucha. Mucha look for Preston back door, trying to connect a little too far. Prenti drops down and keeps that one going before Kalinowski gets it up the boards to Davidson. Davidson coming down, high slot, takes it out wide to the face-off circle, gets one on net, but didn't take much to stop that one for Lexi Levy.
Yeah, Davidson and Petherick were really trying to skate and see how to get by, but Lexi Levy, yup, those saves are telling. And while it's even right now, both goalies are putting up their blocks, putting up their shots. Shots right now by Morrisville is 39, and the shots by Oswego is 59, so 20 margin difference.
As Tadia takes a big hit from Thompson, and a delayed penalty is going to be called there. And the Lakers will find themselves on the power play once again, as we await to see who the refs elect to take. They're going to take number 2, Emma Thompson. She'll be in the box for 2 minutes for checking. As the Lakers, now the 4th power play of the game for them today. Not had any success so far, though.
Yeah, and now it being 5 power plays, it's really going to be a test to them trying to get something now, especially 10 minutes left in the game. But Thompson has had 9
And Malone shoots and scores one right from the circle. The feed from Rachel Corbett up to Malone, and she's able to put that one top right of the net. Lakers now 1 for 4 on the power play on the day and extend the lead now 2-1. And Malone able to get some momentum going for the Lakers. A little bit of a slow period to start things off. That able to get that power play though. Start to turn things around now. You can feel the Lakers team coming alive after that one.
Yeah, Malone is really a force, putting up so many shots throughout this season. She's always the one that's there and ready to take it. She is able to get around the puck and get around defenders to create an offense for her team. She's really that lead offense for the Oswego State Lakers, and now she's brought her goal tally up to 5 this season.
McGrath pokes that one to Van Dam, and Corbett tries to chip that one in, goes off the official, and onto the stick of a Mustang. Eason with it. Gets pickpocketed from Preston. Preston's gonna chip that one down in. Jones comes out to play it behind the net. Clark skates it out. Pressure in the corner from Bednarik, though, takes it away. Bednarik now coming in. She gets a shot up and a rebound opportunity. Oh! Poking that one home. The Lakers now 2 goals in the last minute and a half.
Something to most definitely note here is the fact that Bednarik, while she was able to make that assist, she really saw what was there and made it happen. And doing that within just seconds of the last goal, incredible work, incredible communication between the Lakers and really, honestly, the bench really calling out what they should do as well. So everyone is definitely working together on the Lakers bench. This wasn't happening just 2 periods or even 1 period ago.
Oh, perfect place, perfect time, able to grab the rebound from Bednarik's shot. And now a 3-1 game as the Lakers really found their stride in the last couple of minutes. Burke able to get a stick on that one before it's taken away by Couture. Zemlak gets it at center ice. She's going to chip that one down in, picked up by Couture in the corner. Couture off the end boards, wraps it around, but it's picked up by Mucha. Mucha looking in front for Burke. Puck still loose in front of the net. Jones is able to smother that one and put it to a stop. Well, the Lakers, they're playing what Coach Mark Digby calls meat and potatoes hockey. Just get the puck in front of the net and just bang the rebounds until they go to the back of the net.
Yeah, really able to find one another and connect on passes. That was an incredible pass, but an incredible goal. Way to juke out Jones right there. Jones didn't see that Kirkostas was able to sneak around and get that one on the left side of her.
Patrick grabs that one from Levy back behind the net. Tries to get a cross-ice pass. That one's going to go the length of the ice. So face-off returns back to the Lakers' end. Shots 33, the Lakers, 23 for Morrisville. Really starting to put up the shot total here in this period. The Lakers found their stride, and they've been getting a lot more shots off and a lot better shots off, Jolie.
Yeah, that efficiency, that ability to make sure there's quality shots like we've talked about, Kyle, really important to their game. But overall in hockey, you want to be putting those good shots up, and putting regular old shots kind of get it to be draining you more than it's really helping you.
Morrisville hasn't been able to get their offensive kick going so far in this period. Last period had a decent amount of shots off, but this period, not many. As Parente's looking for Tadia in front, Tadia with a shot chance gets tied up before she's able to get it off. Back behind the net now. Puck pinned against the boards, fighting for it is Maybe. Maybe's able to get it out to Kalinowski. Kalinowski chips it up the boards, but that one's gonna go all the way down for icing. 7:55 left to go in period number 3. 2 goals for the Lakers in the 3rd frame of this one. Able to really get rid of the Morrisville lead and then take the lead themselves, getting that 2nd goal, and then just a minute later, able to extend it to a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, those shots on goal, like you were saying, for Morrisville, there's 23 right now. Shots on goal for Oswego, 33. Now it's 10 difference. So there's constant back and forth here, but it really is about making up for it in the best way. But really, it's Oswego that's mostly an offense. We've seen them on this side of the ice more than anything compared to the Mustangs.
As Buxton couldn't control that pass, it goes back down to Maybe behind the net. Maybe escape turns, trying to create a little bit of space as she gets shoved into the corner from Tadia, and Taddeo will go to the box for the second time today now, both for contact penalties.
Yeah, I told you earlier as well. I was going to see some penalties, some body checking, some movement from the Oswego State Lakers. We tend to see that almost every game. It's kind of part of it because of the fact that they're physical and that's how they play their game, and it's a part of them. So they're going to do what they want to do, and sometimes it does result in that penalty.
And Kaylin Taddeo, 2 minutes in the box for roughing. It's Morrisville trying to get something on the board now with a shot from Lease. Puck's loose in front of the net. Crashing down to grab that one was McDonald, but it's pushed down into the corner. Zemlak. Zemlak spins around trying to get some space to dump this one out. Shell's able to pick it up. Shell crossed the ice in front of the net to Zemlak, who's able to send that one down to Malone. Malone lets Lease take that one, brings it back behind the net, passes it off to Couture. Couture moves it up to Davidson before it goes all the way back down, and Jones plays this one. McDonald wrapping around the back of the net, gets it up to Couture. Couture skating across the neutral zone, gets the red line and dumps this one in. Levy out of the net to play it. Drops it off for Shell. Shell's gonna air this one all the way down the ice, and Kirkostas on the attack. Jones has to come out and play this one. Up to Lease. Lease trying to bounce around a couple of defenders, but Booth's able to get down and pick that one up at the top of the blue line. Kirkostas with it now. Trying to get it up to Bednarik. Bednarik chases it down into the corner. 45 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Lakers. Kalinowski now coming across the neutral zone. Gets the blue line, taking it down the far side wing. Stops down in the corner. Moves it up to the point and Clark. Clark moving it across, looking for the shot from Kirkby. Loose in front, trying to get a shot off his Kalinowski as the net's wobbling. Bednarik works it up the point, but it's picked up by Clark. Clark with a shot from the point, poked in the corner by Levy. Burke battling with Thompson before the pass, does not connect with anyone. Jones has to come back out and play this one. 7 seconds left on the power play for the Mustangs. Davidson pushes this one down in the zone. Thompson trying to get a shot off from Eason, but that one's easily put to rest by Levy, and a Mustang's down on the ice after taking a hit from a Laker. Still down on the ice as the officials are also trying to fix the net. And getting up now is Emma Thompson. Was the player who took a little bit of time to get up, but she's skating off the ice on her own power, so that's always good to see. That's not a serious injury. As we return to even strength now, 5-on-5 hockey resumes. Coley takes a hit in the corner from Eason, but she's able to get the puck up to Shell. Shell up to Buxton. Mucha chases this one down into the corner. She's gonna have to pause with that one. Trying to move it over to Parenti. Coming down and playing it is Coley. Coley moves it up the boards to Mucha. Mucha across the blue line to Shell. Shell to Buxton in the corner. Buxton looking for Mucha at the high slot, but Coley picks it up just outside of the blue line, back down to the Lakers zone. Lakers regroup as Shell's gonna spin and try to dump that one up the boards, but Lease was there to pick it up. Lease takes it across the blue line. She gets stood up by Coley, and Mucha's able to get the puck. Now it's up to Buxton. Buxton's got a one-on-one. Buxton brings it into the slot, trying to get a shot off, sticked down by Couture. Eason taking it across the far side of the neutral zone. Gets the blue line, chips it in, jumps around, and grabs their own entry. Easton throws it in front, an opportunity for Bouchard, and a save from Levy on that one. Backdoor chance for Bouchard, gets the shot off. Levy shuts that one down. 4:04 left to go in period number 3 as Malone throws that one over to Van Dam. Van Dam does a spin in the corner, creates some space, dumps it off the end boards to McGrath. McGrath tries to backhand this one out, but coming down and playing it was Bookman. Clark able to keep that one alive at the point, down to Bouchard. Bouchard up in front of the net, but Preston's able to grab that one and get it out of the zone. Clark trying to poke it over to Davidson, but McGrath's able to push it over to Corbett. Corbett over to Malone. Malone, 1 goal on the game, trying to get another, and that one goes wide of the net. Maybe picks it up at the half board works it up to Bookman. Bookman couldn't connect on the pass. So bringing it down for the zone is Pethrick. Bednar couldn't keep that one in at the point, so the Lakers have to re-enter. But Kirkostas has it now. Kirkostas' shot, that one's blocked in front by Clark. But it's picked up by Hall. Kirkostas back up to Hall. Hall with the last goal for the Lakers. Maybe he's able to move that one up the boards to Kalinowski. Davidson trying to push that one down in as Davidson goes down, runs into an official, and the puck also bounces into the Morrisville bench. 2:52 left to go in period number 3 of play here in the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. I'm Kyle Spizak alongside Jolie Santiago. You're watching Oswego State Women's Hockey here on WTOP 10. 3 minutes left to go, Jolie. If you're the coach of the Mustangs, what are you telling your players to get them back in the last 3 minutes?
To calm down and really be able to connect on passes. That you're letting Oswego get too much time in their offensive zone. So therefore, Jones is going to have to make many saves. Right now, this was just their Jones's 32nd save of the night. A lot of saves that Jones has to keep putting up. So I would tell the players, calm down, get into your spots like you were doing in the first and second period.
Lakers really started to dominate this one here in the third period, putting up 3 goals after going scoreless through the first 2. Kirkby tries to enter the zone, but that one was offsides. So Kirkostas is easily able to pick it up in the neutral zone. Tries chipping it down to Shell. A little bit too much on the pass, so it's going to go down for an icing as 2 minutes and 21 seconds remain in this one. At what point, if you're Morrisville, do you consider pulling the goalie for the extra skater as well, Jolie?
Yes. To give yourself an extra skater, gotta do it. Gotta give yourself some time. Maybe even play back more so that you're able to take a slap shot from behind the blue line, because sometimes you're not going to expect that. So anything that you can do to put the other team on a different kind of wavelength than you thought they would be on before, that will really get justice for it. But Lexi Levy, she's had 27 saves tonight. I think she knows where the pucks are flying from right now.
And Morrisville head coach John Briggs calls a timeout. So in this brief break from play, we're going to send it down to ringside reporter Scott Brubaker, who has a closer look at all the action.
Hey, thanks, guys. We have about 2.5 minutes left in this period, and the momentum is really starting to grow for the Lakers. Wanted to talk about something I during my intermission interview earlier. Corbett said that they need to pick their heads up and play hockey the way they know how, and that way it's going to be a better game. And I think we can really see that as they start to build their momentum. They got the 1 goal, they got their 2nd goal, they got their 3rd goal. They're up 3-1. There's still about 2.5 minutes left. So we'll see what's ahead for the rest of the game. I'm going to send it back up to the press box.
And thanks, Scott. As we're about to get underway after that short timeout. 2:21 left to go in the game. Head coach John Briggs trying to figure out a system of what they want to do here in the last 2 minutes to try to get back in this game. Only a 2-goal deficit, so it's very possible as they do elect to pull the goalie.
Yeah, but what if there was 2 goals in 2 minutes, Kyle?
It's almost like we saw that earlier, possibly in this period.
Yeah.
As the puck's lost in front of the net, but Bednarik's able to push it out to the corner. Kirkostas able to work it back down in the corner for Coley, who gets it over to Hull. Hull up the middle to Bednarik. Bednarik trying to enter it in, but Hull's able to bring that one in. She gets stood up at the blue line from Couture. And the officials are going to call that one a cross-check. Hull still down on the ice after getting stood up quite emphatically by Couture.
It looks like that was the type of hit where you're skating really fast and then you have to stop right in your tracks. So I think Van Dam just didn't expect that one so quickly. And she is up now, though.
Kind of catches you by surprise. You're especially coming down the neutral zone with your head down and then getting collision right after you enter the zone. It's a bit of a wake-up call. But Hull is back on the bench able to skate off on her own, looking more at the hand area as she took a stick to the hand, I believe, with the cross check. So the Lakers, with the last 1:59 to play in this game, they have a power play for 2 minutes. As Morrisville sends another player to the box, possibly a misconduct. 2 Mustangs in the box, so the Lakers up one player for the remaining 2 minutes of the game. Shell drops back and picks this one up. Morrisville not out of this one yet, as they do award a 10-minute misconduct to Couture. Shell, escape turn behind the net, able to work this one up the boards to McGrath. McGrath up to Mucha at center ice. Mucha brings this one down into the offensive zone. Brings it back behind the net to Corbett. Corbett up to McGrath, who gets it back to Corbett again. Malone down in the corner. Works it up to the point in Shell. Shell works it over to McGrath. Back to McGrath in front. McGrath with a shot, but that one gets blocked. Looking for Malone again. Malone's sitting in Ovi's office right at the dot. In front with a chance for Mucha. Lost into the corner. McGrath's able to punch that one back down to Corbett. Corbett wraps it around the boards to Malone. 1 minute left to go in this game. Shell at the point. Back down to McGrath in the corner. Corbett trying to work that one in front of the net. Up to Malone. Malone with a shot. That one just goes over the top of the crossbar. Back out in the neutral zone. 40 seconds left to go as Shell's going to bring this one back behind the net. No need to really score in this one, Jolie. Just drain out the clock if you're the Lakers. Drain out the clock, but also be aware of the time as well. Don't think that you have it in your hands until the clock is 0-0 with 25 seconds left. Hull gets the pass back to Bednarik. Bednarik looking backdoor for Kirkosas. That one goes into the corner. Thrown around by Maybe, but Bednarik goes down to pick that one back up. She'll work it back down in the corner for Kirkosas. Kirkosas with a shot that goes wide right of the net. 8 seconds left to go in this one, and Bednarik will just about drag this one out as the buzzer rings, and the Lakers, a little deja vu from last night, Jolie. 3-1 in Morrisville yesterday, 3-1 in Oswego today.
Yeah, this is exactly what Oswego wanted. This was definitely something they came out today to do, repeat it. While Mustangs definitely wanted revenge, it wasn't what they got, and I think that was because they let up in the third period. They did slow down in that third period a little bit. They really had the momentum, especially at the end of that first. Scoring only in that first period. Lakers not finding the back of the net until the third period. Yeah, and then when they did, it was back-to-back. So it's like, I think they just have to find their groove, and then they get into it. It's a sweet spot for them, and they really should work on getting that earlier due to the fact that things can come down to the wire, and other teams might not be drained like maybe the Mustangs were in this third period. So there's other teams that will come at them even harder in the third period, and they need to be able to let up with that or bring it up with that. So Lakers, definitely great win, but I think there's some things they still need to work on. Without a doubt, not the prettiest win of all time, but nonetheless, for the Lakers, a win is a win in the column regardless. We had some pretty decent goals from this standard Oswego State style of hockey. Battle in the corner, get the puck in front of the net, rebounds, and that's when they were able to find the back net when they went back to that style of play rather than trying to be too fancy with it. Yeah, and Jones was in the net for all of the game. Lexi Levy was in the net for all of the game. Definitely worth mentioning, as Lexi Levy has a save percentage now of .964, while Jones is .917. And an impressive outing for both goaltenders, facing a lot of shots. 28 shots faced for Levy, only allowing 1 goal. And for Jones on the other end, 36 shots, but 33 saves. A very, very, very impressive outing for the both netminders here tonight. Most definitely, and the Lakers should be feeling happy as they head into the tunnel, into the locker room to celebrate, to put on their hard hats, to put on that chain, and hold the wheel because they took this win, and it makes them better in the SUNYAC, and it makes them better overall. And again, a test to what we said in the beginning of this broadcast, the fact that they are facing such heavy competition in the SUNYAC, it shows a lot about their RPI, and going forward, it definitely is looking good for them.
As the Lakers with that win stay in third place in the conference, but we're going to send it down to rinkside reporter Scott Brubaker, who's with the goal scorer, Kenzie Malone.
Thanks, guys. I'm down here with Kenzie Malone now. Kenzie, tell me, what did you guys do in that third period that differed from the first two periods of this game?
Honestly, we just reset in the locker room. We reset everything, told everyone just calm down, come out like it's a 0-0 game, and we came out with it with our all. Like, it was definitely a big step up from our first two periods.
Now you scored the tie-breaking goal. How did that feel? What was going through your head when that happened?
It felt really good because that's something we've been practicing a lot, that exact play that just happened. So it was awesome that I finally hit that shot right in the corner. Felt really good.
All right. And now what's one thing you can improve on going into Canton next weekend?
Coming off from the start. So first, second period, we can't be slacking. We have to come off right away, come off hard. We can't let them score first, and we got to score.
Is anything else you want to add?
I thought it was a fun game. We just got to come out harder next time.
All right, Kenzie Malone, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're going to send it up to the perch.
Thank you, Scott, and welcome back up to the perch. I'm your host, Kenny Gerard, coincided Alex Brooks, Brian Burrows. And gentlemen, when we were leaving the first 40 minutes of the game, we were a little bit of a lull, a slow game. We weren't seeing much. It was 1-0 Morrisville. And now we're here at the end of 60 minutes of hockey, and it's 3-1 Oswego.
Yeah, it's literally, I mean, what a turnaround. I mean, hockey is one of the most unpredictable sports, Brian. I mean, you know that you can go into that third period, you could be down 5-0, and you could come out and win 7-5. They did this. It was a little closer, 1-0, and they won 3-1. Just unpredictable, but a great game. Great third period. Great job, Lexi Levy. That's all I could say.
Yeah, the Lakers did a great job. The thing is, they didn't really change the game plan either. It was still peppering shots on the goalkeeper. They finally just started putting people in the right spots. That first goal, we'll get to it in a sec, but it was a shot from the outside. They just finally got a person in front of the net to deflect it in. They finally started putting the game plan that they've been trying to do all day to work.
Yeah, and it's completely different than the first two periods. I'm surprised as well. I mean, we saw a totally different team. As we're going to take a look at the game summary really quick of all the statistics that you guys could ever want and ask for from the game. Oswego, 3-1. Gentlemen, take it away. What do we see?
All right, well, finally, the streak is over. The monkey is off their back. 1 for 6. It was 1 for 6 on the power play, but they finally got a power play goal against the Morrisville State Mustangs. So that's something that they can celebrate. But I'll say right now, that third period, they woke up with a different attitude. They woke up with a really different style of play. It was noticeably different from the first two periods to the third period, Ryan.
Yeah, they played great. They finally figured it out, and it's huge implications for the SUNYAC. They get that win. They're now at 21 points. The leaders came in at 24. They both won. We'll get to that in a second as well. But they extend that gap to fourth place, really cementing themselves in the playoff picture. It's going to be very, very hard if they want to come down. As we also welcome Scott Brubaker to the bridge.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you up here. I know you guys at home have seen him a couple of times. It's our first time seeing him today. So how are we doing, Scott?
Doing good. It was a good game down by the ice. I could even feel the energy in the room as well, especially during this third period. As I got all three of those goals, like it just really turned around on a dime.
Yeah.
I mean, a complete flip of the switch in this game. And if there's one thing that definitely did happen, especially later in the game, Lexi Levy, she stood on business.
She definitely did. Stood on business. Lexi Levy, what a performance. I mean, she was the MVP for this whole game as we look at some of the highlights. 27 saves tonight. I mean, she didn't give up. She was relied on, as I was mentioning in the second intermission report, she would be relied on a lot in this third period, and she really proved to just be really one of the biggest catalysts of this game. Lexi Levy, have yourself a day.
Yeah, she decided that she was putting the team on her shoulders today, and she certainly did that. She decided, especially in that third period, Morrisville uptick in energy for them in the third period, especially once the game was tied and when they went down, they started pushing towards her net, and she was like, no, I'm not letting a goal in after that first goal. This game is staying with them at one goal.
And Brian took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, after that first goal she let in, after that, nothing. She was a powerhouse tonight.
Absolutely lights out at the end of the game. But now, you look at the other bench. Morrisville Mustangs, what happened?
What happened was pretty much a third period collapse. As we mentioned with Oswego, they were able to turn it around, a third period turnaround. For Morrisville, it was more of a collapse. I mean, Maggie Jones, she was the one that was standing on business for the first 2 periods. Coming to the third period, let up 3 unanswered goals. I mean, that's something that they're going to hang their hat on, and a missed opportunity for Morrisville to get one up in the SUNYAC.
Yeah, I think the Lakers just continue to pepper with shots, and eventually it's going to work. You could have a 50-save night. It's really hard to have like a 50-save night. It finally started working for the Lakers, and I don't think it's really on Maggie Jones, or that there really is more on the Morrisville defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird change. I mean, it was quick. It was sudden. You really didn't expect it. I kind of came in like, oh, it's going to be a close ending, but a 3-0 third is not what I was expecting. But we're going to take a look now around the SUNYAC to see where the rest of the games ended up today and where the Lakers are now looking as we see Plattsburgh pulled away from Canton 2-1. You guys got the rest.
All right, Brian, you start off.
Plattsburgh, we saw at the end of the second period, 1-0 lead going into the third. They finish it 2-1, so they allowed that 1 goal, but they can maintain that lead at top of the SUNYAC. They will remain there with now 26 points as they head into the final stretch of the season, but they are definitely looking forward to Cortland in 2 weekends' time.
Yeah, and Cortland ended up doing a big game, 5-0 over Potsdam. It was a really impressive showing from them. They were able to kind of get away from Oswego, kind of putting themselves in that second place and possibly first place spot, kind of competing more with Plattsburgh.
Well, now you see it's ultra important now that the Lakers won the game today when you have both of the top teams ahead of them taking wins, both teams that they just beat as well, but both teams taking wins is extremely important for the Lakers to come up and take that win. We talked a lot earlier about how it was very important to win these late season games. So what do you guys think the importance of this game really was for the SUNYAC standings?
Well, I think for the Lakers, it just maintaining that 5-point gap to the leaders was huge. I keep saying it, Plattsburgh, Cortland, last series of the season, and they're gonna have to they're gonna hope that one team loses twice so that the Lakers, and if they win out, hopefully can jump them. The Lakers still have a shot. They are not out of the shot to get a home playoff game, and I think they're really just hoping that they can find momentum and keep it going.
Yeah, as we mentioned, it's kind of like just separating yourself from the other teams in the SUNYAC. Now you're kind of seeing as if you're Oswego and Cortland and Plattsburgh, you kind of know that you're in that 1 to 3 range, kind of separating yourself. This was a big weekend for Morrisville, or for Oswego, to get over Morrisville, win those games that you should win.
And I know I kept using this word down on the sideline, but momentum. They won last night. They won tonight on the home ice. How are they going to use that momentum to keep going throughout the rest of the season?
Well, and for Morrisville, these are 2 big losses for them as well. They are not out of the playoff picture. They were just a few points behind that 4th place Canton team. They needed points this week, and they didn't get them. They are going to fall back a bit in that race for the playoffs.
An extremely important game for both sides. Morrisville, a loss they couldn't take. Oswego, a win that they needed. But for us here at WTOP, we didn't mention this earlier on, but we're going to mention it now. It is our senior day broadcast. Now, I promise you guys at home, it's just the beard. I'm not actually a senior. I'm a fraud. I'm lying to you guys. But these 3 over here, all seniors, people you saw in the box, also seniors. A lot of people are going to be leaving this club. We look at Jacob Bradley, Mia Dirk, Sam Keeney, and so many more.
Yeah, so many more. I mean, you know, as a senior myself, I mean, it has been a blast to just work with hockey games, work with all of you guys, work with everyone in the control room. It's been a great opportunity and something I'll cherish forever. And I know that a lot of these seniors have been putting in effort after effort, hours of effort every single day to make a great broadcast. Shout out to our sports director, Jacob Bradley, for making this possible. And it's been a great experience.
Don't cry, Brooks. Don't cry.
The people.
Oh, I'm not gonna cry. I still got a lot more weeks of hockey. Come on.
Yeah. The people that I've met since I joined TOP in my sophomore year have made a huge impact on my life. I think I've grown as a person because of them as well. The notes they give me, the friendships that I've created with them. You two I've known for so long now because of WTOP, and I can't be more grateful for all the people that I've met through WTOP and what they've done for me.
And I've been here for 4 years. I feel so old now doing this. But I got on one of the first hockey broadcasts that we had after COVID, and just getting to try all the different positions. I think I've gone through almost all of them now. So much fun. So grateful for all the opportunities that I've been given here.
And hopefully I speak on behalf of the rest of the underclassmen here. We're going to miss you guys obviously a lot. I mean, we have losing a lot of seniors in this club, so we're going to miss you guys. But no more missing for a little bit. There's still plenty of hockey to come this year and plenty of TOP left. But that is going to do it for today. Oswego State takes a win 3-1 over the Morrisville Mustangs. Thank you for joining us today here on WTOP 10. Kenny Gerard, Alex Brooks, Brian Burrows, Scott Brubaker, Kyle Spizak, Julie Santiago for producer, Michael Shetler, director Mia Dirks. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on WTOP 10.